No, no. See, it's still broke from yesterday. You can't win, but keep a throat. Niners! I got it. No, not too long. I'm sitting there watching Kansas City and the Giants. I started yawning. I said, dang, okay, I think I'm going to go jump on. Get with the fam. Because this game here, man, it ain't doing nothing for me. But I tell you what, though, I do see something going wrong in Kansas City. Okay, well, none of our business. But fam, here, what is our business? There are no trades predicted for the deadline. It's coming up here within the next number of hours. Every Niners fan that is watching, though, NFL dailies, as we all do, right? You were most likely shaken by the Rams' continued aggressiveness for pursuing talents to add to that roster that's already pretty stacked, right? Lo and behold, Von Miller was most likely the biggest deal of the day so far. And the question that on Twitter, it was hilarious. Everybody, one after another, we all came in single file. Where did they get the money? Where the hell did they get the money? Where's the money? How about the cap? What? So then you find out that Denver, this is what people do to the Rams. They say, listen, we're going to give you Matt Stafford. Don't worry about a thing. We're going to pay part of his salary. We'll take care of Jared Goff, and you guys just go ahead and do your thing. And Denver, right? Denver, don't worry about it. We'll play most of that salary. Just get him up out of here. I know, man, because I'm just saying, though, because D Ford, I understand we've got the people we need, or we have the people we have. But Von Miller... And then the guy comes out on Twitch, he says, man, Von Miller, I'm glad he's gone. I guess he's a Denver Broncos fan. I'm glad he's gone. Man, Von ain't doing nothing. Really? I checked his stats, brah. Von Miller's got about 5 sacks. This is week 8. That ain't bad. So, because I think Von was out most of last year, right? Anyway, meanwhile, in Santa Clara, it appears that management has no concerns about the trade deadline. Tonight we'll go to the phones for your state of mind about the possible non-activity from the Niners FO to improve the roster before the trade deadline, and whether you're fine with that or not is the thing. I mean, it might not be a bad thing. I don't think it's a terrible thing, but I just wonder because there's no, I don't know. The secondary is gonna be okay, right, fam? Right? Okay. Twitter at NFL Research. Debo. Debo. 819 receiving yards and counting on the most in 49ers history. The most in 49ers history. How does that sound? In the first 7 games of a season, breaking Hall of Famer Jerry Rice's record of 781, set back in 1986. Ooh, you knew he was getting work done, but you didn't know where he was going with that and how much he was doing, right? And fam, the Niners have plenty of talent in their backfield, but the committee has been disbanded, called a meeting and said, listen, Mrs. Mitchell's baby boy is the lead back, people. Ooh, I love to watch him run. The 6th-round pick out of Louisiana has put the entire committee in his afterbird. It's all about Elijah now. And if anything happens to him, then we call the committee to come in and plug the gaps. But until then, Elijah Mitchell, easy. 100-yard games. Eli's the team's leader in carries with 81 after notching 18 on Sunday versus the Bears. And they were quality 18. I love the way you check him out, boy. He looks like he's been in the league for years. But zooming down, keep watching the line, looking for that opening. Just scaling down the line like some kind of a predator about to pounce. Then all of a sudden plants that foot. Bam! And did you see him dancing and jiggling? Oh, he's fun to watch, ain't he? Elijah. Ooh, we got one, fam. And it's the 4th time this season he's had more than 17 carries. And that is something Haim has only done twice in the regular season. You didn't know what you were watching, did you? I didn't realize this. Matty B and T. Coleman only did it twice apiece as well. Only Wilson has done that more times since 2018, and he did it 4 times across 3 seasons. More good news. The Niners could be receiving several reinforcements this week just in time. We could be on our way to a 4 or 5 game win streak. It is possible. Coach Shanahan, I know, right? The Rams, Ronbo, the Rams just got Von Miller. They already got it. I mean, I know. See what the thing is, they got. That's why we play the games. It's all about execution, lack thereof. But anyway, about those reinforcements, Coach Shanahan told reporters today that he expects George Kittle, Jeffrey Wilson Jr., and Robbie Gould. God, it's going to be good to say goodbye to Sly. To return to practice, Kittle and Gould are on the IR while Wilson is on the PUP list. As you already know, Shanahan said this about all of that. It will be Wilson's first time playing football in a long time, so I don't know if he will be ready to go this week, but at least we know he's coming back soon, unquote. Yes, because I don't want you overworking the Wilson child, you know what I'm saying? Because Jeffrey will take that pressure off and he'll do it with quality, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep that all. Let's keep it right, you know. Let Jeffrey go out there and bang him up, and then let Elijah just finesse him. You don't have to give Jeffrey a whole lot of carries because Elijah is the man. I understand that, but let Jeffrey come in there and get some because boy, you ain't gonna get no. Boy, Jeffrey Wills, I love the way to watch him run too. Boys, arm action, knee action, everything. When he goes chugging down the track, I just got it. That means Wilson could return to practice this week, but he may not be full go in time for Sunday's game against the Cards. That's fine. Also, there's also a possibility the Dre Greenlaw returns this week. You know, because last week's Flanagan Fools had me a little concerned. Aziz did a pretty good job, though. He was one of our best defenders against the Colts, although we did lose. But Greenlaw's been on the IR since September due to that core muscle injury that he sustained with that pick. Shanahan said about that, quote, we're hoping we can open his practice window by Wednesday, but he's got to pass a few more things before we do that, unquote. Aziz Al-Shar and D Ford were both inactive on Sunday against the Chicago Bears due to concussions sustained during the previous game, but Coach Shanahan is optimistic that both, not one, but two, will be available for Week 9. Oh, and you've already got the flashy reports about Kyler Murray is day-to-day. Let me tell you one thing. Cardinals. Kyler Murray, his biggest weapon is his fleet feet. Now, if he's not going to blast out of there and scare everybody to death, moving and spinning on dimes and accelerating from 0 to 60 within a half a second, he's meat. He is. So, I hope our guys are back. Jimmy Ward, the bad news is suffered a quad injury during yesterday's game over the Bears. He's expected to miss only 1 to 2 weeks, so normally that's good news because J-Dub likes to go out for long periods of time when he does go out. He hasn't been out, though, since 2019. So going half a season, nearly half a season, that's 2.5 years. 2.5 seasons, J-Dub's been with us. So, by the way, fam, did you see J-Dub? Coach Shanahan did note, though, that there's an outside chance that J-Dub could play this weekend against the Cards, but it is most likely not, though. But Tavon Wilson, other than the flag, wasn't bad, though, subbing for Dub. See, I like that. If you're going to send Dub out, don't send no rookie in there to back him up. Tavon looked pretty good. Actually, he was ranked high as far as PFF score. So we're dropping off to a small degree, but not anything drastic. Tavon should be fine. And he was a little rusty probably from being out there this past week, so he should be a little sharper this week. I need to see Kyler and his little wimpy ankle get picked. Tavon can do that. Elijah Mitchell suffered a rib injury. But, you know, hey, wait, before you freak out like I did when I first read it, it's not. It seems he will be limited this week. But Coach Shanahan didn't sound too concerned about it during his press conference. So I guess it's not as serious. Just heave him out for precaution's sake. So, you know. And thank you, Kyle. I wanted you to let him sit down and let JaMychal Hasty get some work in this past week. But we got Jeffrey won't be out there this week, but, you know, maybe next week. Meanwhile, let me get this because I can't wait to hear your reaction on this. Coach Shanahan met with the reporters today and was asked if there's a chance the 49ers acquire someone before the trade deadline coming up tomorrow. Shanahan responded by saying, quote, "There's always a possibility." Shanahan kills me messing with people's minds, man. Kyle, please, Coach, just don't do that. Because now people are going to say, Shanahan's lying. Shanahan doesn't lie, but he likes to lead you on. Those guys, he goes on to say those guys talk through everything. I'd be surprised if we did. Those trades aren't always as easy as they seem. That's why I think there's a lot of talk through all 32 teams. When it comes down to it, there's not many that actually happen. We're open to stuff that we think can help us now, but we don't want to do that at the expense of hurting us in the future. There's a lot of things that go into it, so I won't say never, but I'd be surprised if something happened. Unquote. You gotta love when Coach Shanahan talks like this, because then he leaves like speculation, and you start to use your own imagination trying to get into Shanahan's head and figure out what is he talking about really, because everybody thinks when you listen to Shanahan, read between the lines type of thing, right? He's saying this, but he doesn't mean that. He means this. And you don't know. I don't know. You don't know until you find out later. Because you and I both know he is privy to any and every conversation that those guys, as he puts it, are talking about, Kyle. We know you're not sitting back in the other office while John Lynch and Adam Peters are down on the phone. I don't know I know for sure you ain't. So Kyle knows what's going on. The Rams did the Rams today. They're an organization that never is afraid to be aggressive and adding talent. You know this. They don't care about the money. Just bring them in here. This morning they traded for Broncos linebacker Von Miller. And if you were like me, pick up your phone. Damn! What? Oh, no, man. And before, first you say, oh, John, if nothing else, it's a strategic move. Don't let Von Miller go to the Rams. Especially with the deal that Denver gave him. Rams, listen, let us do this solid. We'll take care of his salary this year. You guys can renegotiate whatever you want to do with him next year. We just feel like we need to move on. I guess maybe they did Vaughn a solid because they sent him to a contender. You know, Shanahan was asked to share his thoughts on the deal. Shanahan said, "Quote: I heard it while I was in meetings, going through our game from yesterday and stuff. Just like anybody who's got to play against him, you don't want to have to add Von Miller to the mix. But that's part of this league, and that's part of what happens. You've got to be ready for anything." Von's a real good player. He'll definitely help them. Duh. Unquote. No. And he says more. He says, I don't know exactly the details cap-wise. See, Shanahan went the same place that all of us went. I don't know the exact details cap-wise or money, what they did for it and stuff, but I know that's going to help them out right now. That's for sure, unquote. Fam, here's what I want to know from you. Here's the thing. Von Miller, right? Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd. Do you know that Von Miller is ranked number 4 in pressures? Aaron is number 1. So you got the 1 and 4 guy out there, and Leonard Floyd is nobody's slouch. I wanted him to draft years ago. All in the same pass rush. Do we have a problem here? Okay, maybe. Okay, I'd love to hear your response to the Rams going for it all this season. Also, are you taking Coach Shanahan serious? Are the Niners going to really stand pat between now and tomorrow? So, you know. We'll find out. Boy, because I tell you, man, Von Miller, Floyd, Aaron Donald, man, Hey, Eric, come on in, hey. Hey, we're early tonight, too, Eric. Got Eric in here, man. Eric's usually like about after 7 guy. Eric. Or after 8. Eric, your feelings on some of the things that have been said since yesterday. Von Miller's being added to an already potent defense in Los Angeles. Are you as unconcerned or I mean, Kyle doesn't seem even shaken a little bit, you know? So what are you thinking?
I mean, honestly, it's just one of those things where, I mean, it's the NFC West, you know? This thing's been happening to us since, 2018? You know, it's just another of those things where you just have to deal with it and then move on, you know? We play them twice, but it's not like we play them every week. So hopefully we have a chance against the Rams. I'm not saying that obviously we're going to automatically lose. It's not a thing in the NFL. It's any given week. But I was actually looking at the schedule, and there are a lot of winnable games that could put us over double-digit wins.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, any given week, I mean, we just saw, I mean, the Bengals, who I believe were number one in the AFC, and they just lost to
Biggest
the Jets.
shock. Yes, biggest shock of the day, right there. Exactly.
Exactly, yeah. And then I believe the Bucks lost, right, too. I believe they lost against the Saints.
But Tom Brady going out looking pretty. Pick six. Brady throws a pick six. I was laying on the floor. Tommy, I love you, man, but that was funny. That was funny. I would expect that of you. You threw 3 on the day.
Yeah.
The Saints got their number, fam.
But exactly.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's any given week. So hopefully, like I said, the Niners take this in stride and they keep on going. A lot of things improved. I love the way Jimmy. I love the way he played. It was more of the feeling that he wanted to win. You know, he pushed himself to win. It wasn't just the stat line, or he did everything to win. He pushed himself to win, and I believe we saw that a lot in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that 2017 Jimmy's back, but it felt good to see something like that out of Jimmy.
Manipulating the pocket, moving around, waiting for guys to break free, making plays like that. I'm not seeing that Jimmy since 2017. He looked like he was going to win and do whatever it takes to win. Running into the end zone, Jimmy, stop it! I was just whoa before you get hurt. So it's weird. He looked different.
Yeah. Yeah, but another thing with that is I know a lot of people are praising Kyle and Jimmy for that, but honestly, to me, like what would have happened if the play didn't work? Like that's not a good call. Running Jimmy like on a quarterback draw to the left, that just does not make sense at all.
No, it wasn't.
And what if it didn't work?
Eric, that wasn't the play. Debo's still mad about that.
It was like a sweep.
He was supposed to drop that off to
I
Debo.
don't
Something
know.
went wrong with the read, but yeah, Jimmy made his mind up to do that, and that was a bad move. It worked, like you're saying, though, but what if it didn't? And what if somebody would have got blasted or hurt?
I believe the second one was a read option, correct? Or was that just Jimmy being, I want to score the touchdown?
The first
completely
one,
dissing the play. You never know.
Yeah, I know Debo's involved in one of them, and Jimmy didn't dish off to him because somebody made a mistake at the line of scrimmage. So Jimmy had to do what he did. Because when something goes wrong, the quarterback is supposed to take it. Don't think, just move. And that's what happened on that play. One was broken.
Yeah. Well, going into next week, I believe Kyler's out, and I don't know what the status is on Hopkins. Is he good to go, or is he questionable again? Yeah.
He's still limping around.
So hopefully he's out too. And that would be again a really big win, and we can take that into stride, load up 2 straight wins, and finally, I'm not going to say we completely found our identity, but they did some things that worked really good, and hopefully they build on that next week, and they take it into the Cardinals, and if they win there, bring it into the Rams, and hopefully they can finally identify, their identity especially against the Cardinals, because they have a really good defense, and their offense is really shaky right now. Kyler's out, and hopefully, Hopkins is going to be out. So it's a really good opportunity for the Niners offense and their defense to both make a statement next week.
Yeah, especially they've got to come back, because as long as we got Elijah Mitchell running like that, Kyle can do his thing. He'll get into a rhythm with the play calling, like he says. I didn't even know he ever did that, but that's what he does. As long as Elijah Mitchell's doing what he's doing, now he can do the Kyle. It really has a dramatic effect on what he does. Amazing.
All right, Ronbo. Well, I'll let you go for now. I'll talk to you later.
All right. You have a great evening. All right, Eric.
See you, Ronbo. Later.
Thanks, man. Hey, George.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Hey, George. Man, I'm sitting back here, man. I'm looking at the guys that are coming back. I'm looking at the fact that we got a legitimate running back that looks consistent. All of a sudden, Debo looks like he's getting ready to go to the Hall of Fame this year. He's not going to wait. So maybe, just maybe, the 49ers may have found themselves offensively. But there's nothing going on as far as trades. Is that okay with you?
It is, but it isn't.
Yes.
For the simple fact that, some trades work and some don't. But the fact that, the last time we did, blockbuster trade was Trent Trent Williams and then or Sanders.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it's not. Well, the Trent Williams was a little fancy one, but the other one wasn't too much, you know. But
Trent
it
was
still
end of
worked
the
out.
season though, right? Draft? Oh, we
Yeah,
got him at the
but
draft. Yeah.
the thing about it too is like I don't know, man. I would love a nice trade, something that would benefit us, something that's gonna be good. But it looks like we might be more sellers than buyers.
Yeah.
We might send some. I wish Robbie Gold was, back this past week or something, because that way we could trade him
He is
and
back.
keep this Sly guy. Because
George, he is
something
back.
that made me happy. Yeah, but something that made me happy was that Sly was kicking from far, man, and we haven't had that in a while.
Yeah,
And
but his
so,
accuracy is really scary. He's not going to be consistent. I mean, Robbie's not
yeah,
always
but
going to
Robbie
make it.
Gold, oh yeah, exactly. But he
But
misses too, as well. Let him get into a groove.
yeah, maybe
So
Slide just needs more work because he's going to miss every other one. I just counted from the time he's been out there. He'll make a point after, but don't expect him to make 2 point afters in a row. He made a long field goal, which I couldn't understand, and then he goes and misses a point after. I said, well, "Come on, man, that's got to be easier, isn't it?" No, so
yeah.
maybe it just needs work.
But something that did make me laugh is that a lot of the Jimmy haters and Grant Cohn were shadow boxing at their house, because they were pissed off that he had a decent game. Although Grant Cohn did say something about he had a source or something that told him that that Shanahan went up to him and told him if he really wanted this, and so that's when he got real pissed and everything. Started getting the guys group up and play well. So
Okay.
so
Yeah. If you ride that path, no matter what in the media, you got to stay on it. It's embarrassing if somebody just goes 390 degrees on you suddenly. It's like, I don't know. Football is football. Look at Tom Brady.
yeah,
That's the greatest of all time, right? Look how he went out yesterday. It's not Football
yeah,
is not something that you can expect somebody to be perfect at each and every week.
yeah.
It's
You're
not going
not
to
gonna be
happen,
perfect.
no matter who it
Not every
is.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the drop balls hurt us in the beginning. We could have got into a rhythm, but they hurt us. So, but we came back, got that game. We got to go in there, beat Arizona. I mean, obviously, if Jimmy doesn't do well in Arizona, I think they're gonna go with Trey and versus the Rams. So Von Miller won't be a factor
Listen,
because Trey will
Von
run
Miller's
away.
Von Miller's always a factor. This is the thing I'm noticing about mobile quarterbacks. They'll do well here and there, but as far as when you got premier guys on the edges, no, they don't just go buck wild on them. And think about all those games that got great edge rushers. As long as they've got an inside, they make them go toward the inside, which is more traffic. It's just not. Mobile quarterbacks need to find time to throw the ball. But if you start running around and you don't find a receiver downfield, you're going to get hurt for the most part. So you got to.
Yeah.
That's why Kyle wants them to learn how to work out of the pocket first, and then when the play breaks down, you got no other alternative. Now take off unless it's a design run. But as far as him being able to escape Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, and Von Miller by just running.
Well, Shanahan has made Donald a non-factor, and he's gotten pissed. Remember him slamming the helmet and everything.
Well,
and the Debo who
run the ball. See, now running the ball does mess with Donald. But
and some screens.
Yeah.
Some of the screens we see they work. I mean,
running and get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Get rid of the ball quickly, and that nullifies the pass rush, no matter what. But
hey, but where's Jalen Hurd, Ronbo?
I know, right? They didn't even mention
our offense is not great without him.
They haven't.
Man, this guy just came in and took a roster spot, man. We're still gonna give him a chance next year. So
you think? They have to now.
we love our injured players.
Not only that, they've
That's
already
who they're
committed,
going to go trade for.
and they've already committed too much time and effort on trying to get him back. So they're going to play this all the way out. 4
Yeah,
years.
they need an injured guy on the trade block in order for them to pull the move. ACL.
Yeah, well, we're gonna find out. I tell you, because Jalen, he's
All
got
right,
plenty of time to
Ronbo.
heal up now. So we'll see. All right, George. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, this is
Yeah.
Monday
All
Night Raw.
right.
I'll see you midweek. All right. Bye,
For
George.
sure, man. Have a good one.
You too. And
Hello.
hey, hey, Jay.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jay.
Okay.
You have an echoing. It's a very solid sound, though. What's up, fam?
Um, honestly, we should have not, you know, try to, bring someone over here because we're not sure if, we're gonna go to the playoffs. I don't know. We might go to get a wild card spot or something like that, but
We're one game behind the
we're not
Panthers.
sure.
The Panthers are in the 7th spot right now. We're one game behind them with 10 more games to go. There is a
Who
shot.
the Panthers play next week? Do you know or whatever?
No, no. I don't
Oh,
know, but I
okay.
do know we're a game off their pace, and we'll see.
Well, it's understandable why we didn't, trade for Von Miller because the Rams are, actually going to go to playoffs and they're actually contenders. So there's no point of us, getting a
You're
guy
getting that kind of
and we don't
deal.
know.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's way too
And
much
I
money.
think the Rams gave the Broncos like two
S-
second rounders or something.
No, second and third
I
round
don't even
pick.
know what.
See,
Well,
that's pretty
second and
cheap though.
third.
Second and third round pick was what they gave, and
W-
the Rams could just ask people, "Will you take this?" Sure. Nobody says no to the Rams. That's not a good deal. but
Yeah.
but the
They even
Broncos
paid his
said,
salary too.
and
The Broncos.
the Broncos, we'll take those second and third pick. Fine. Listen, can we help you? We'll play Von's salary for you as well. All right, go get that Super Bowl, Rams.
Yeah, so generous. Yeah,
Unbelievable
but
stuff.
yeah. What's it called? Did you see Brandon Ayuk's interview yesterday?
Yeah, they kind of embarrassed him. Matt Mayoko was all
He
over him.
yeah, he looked at like he didn't know like his body language. He was like when you don't know something and you like
Hmm.
move your shoulders up
And
like
you stand there and you try to think
yeah,
and
not like
come up
I
with an
don't
answer.
know like
You look like that.
yeah. I think I don't know if Brandon's still in the doghouse. He does.
No,
I don't know. Something looks wrong with him. I don't know why.
he's probably just a little disappointed in himself to some degree. He knows he's a better football player than he is right
I
now.
mean, he
And
is.
I'm not sure if he's doing all that bad, but he wants to be better. He is better. He'll get there. You know who he needs
Yeah,
though,
but
Jay? He needs to have Josh Norman. Josh Norman to me handles the media better than Sherman. And I always thought Sherman was awesome. But Josh Norman will make every guy out there that asks the wrong question look like a complete fool.
yeah.
Laughing. Look at Josh work the media. He laughs
But
at him.
I do think that Ayuk was in the doghouse because he looked at like he didn't know why he was in the doghouse or something. I don't know. Like
Well, I was
maybe
expected of him,
Mayako told him that answer or whatever.
Yeah.
But
He was pretty good though
what's it
yesterday,
called?
Jay. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
if
he
he comes
was.
around, Debo, Ayuk, and George Kittle, that's a
Yep.
formidable trio of weapons. That'll work.
I liked it how Jimmy spread the ball actually this game,
Yeah. He
not
went
the other
after
games.
Ayuk.
But
Yeah.
yep.
And it's a trust
Honestly,
issue.
yeah. Hopefully he does it next week against the Cardinals if you
Hmm.
know plays.
I think he believes in
But
Ayuk now. I really do. He went. How many times did he go to Ayuk yesterday? About 3 or 4 times, right?
4 times, pretty sure.
Yeah.
4 times
He
for
hadn't been doing that
45
before.
yards. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he'll go to him now. See, because Debo's always going to be targeted, and defense is always going to go after him. And you got Kittle out there,
Yep.
too. Now, the 49ers offense can spread out. Uh, yeah, really can. And they
Yep.
should.
Rombo, what do you think? Should we be buyers or sellers? What do you think right now?
Right now,
Yeah.
no. Like for
Because
the
we're not
reason,
gonna have like round picks next year. Because we
yeah,
traded a lot for Trey, and
and
I
for the
do
reason
love
you just
Trey.
stated too.
Not in that way though, but
Well, I'm
definitely.
kind of listening to what you just said as far as contenders or not.
Yeah,
If you go bringing some high salary person in here now, you got a lot of people to pay coming up real shortly. I mean, you're not
yeah,
going to lose Nick Bosa, and Debo's got to get his money now for sure.
yeah.
You
Oh
got to
yeah.
be real careful about bringing anybody in here that's not going to have a real impact, and you can't guess on that. It's got to make sure you make a deal. It better
Yep.
be real, and we should be right at 7-1. Maybe then you think about something. But as we are,
Ne-
yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Next year we're gonna rebuild because we have all these 1 year deals and stuff, and I don't know how we're gonna rebuild through
Yeah.
free agency or what. I don't know, man. It's gonna be
Yeah,
crazy.
there's probably gonna be some 1-year deals next year too, though.
More 1 year deals.
Yeah,
Probably some more injured players in the 1 year deals. But
you know,
that's
you got 25 million coming up. Jimmy's salary comes off the books probably next year.
yep.
Unless Trey really, I don't know what Kyle's looking at with Trey. I really wish I knew how he really feels about Trey. Honestly,
I think
if
he
Trey
doesn't
is
have
not,
trust in him because he's a rookie, right?
yeah, the thing is, Trey needs to be at a certain level going into next year. I do
Like,
wonder if the
yeah,
49ers, what they're going to really do with Jimmy. If Jimmy comes off gangbusters rest of the season, let's say the 49ers come close to running the table between now and the end of the season, Jed's going to buck on anything that looks like we're going to go into a losing season. We go into a tailspin in 2022 because we're training Trey and a lot of people leave. That's not going to sit well. I don't know how they're going to work this out, but they need Jimmy's money and they're not
I
going to
mean,
expand his contract into a long-term deal. So that's really a rock and a hard place situation. So Trey has really got to be ready next year.
yeah.
It's really scary.
But the only way Trey's gonna, develop is by playing, and I don't really see that happening this year. That's pretty sad.
We
And
have to wait till.
all these rookie QBs are going through their growing pains this year. What if Trey goes through them next year because he hasn't played and stuff? So we're gonna have definitely a losing season next year if Trey hasn't, played any
Yeah, because I don't
more
know how
snaps.
Kyle's. Because I don't know how Kyle's working him in practice. I really don't. Mahomes
Yep.
did it. He stayed 1 year behind Alex, and he was fine the following
Yeah.
year. But Mahomes is a little
But
further ahead than Trey at the same
yeah.
particular point. Mahomes was already pretty
Like
much
Mahomes had more
ready.
college like playing time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm pretty sure too.
And
But
he's not
yeah,
really raw. Mahomes is pretty polished when he came into the pros.
yep.
He just needed
Trey
a
is
pro
so
direction.
raw and talented at the same time. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. But if we run
But
off 4 or 5 in a row, yeah, it's going to be really weird what the
yeah,
49ers do because the 49ers go in and let's say they do win next week. They beat the Rams. Now you've got them over 500. If you can beat the Rams and Cardinals, theoretically you can beat anybody, right? So yeah,
yeah,
they're going to go for it.
the, yeah. The Cardinals are not really a challenge because Kyler Murray's going to be out, and I'm pretty
Well, if
sure
he's
he is.
out, yeah, it's another
And
story, but
yeah, the real challenge is going to be the Rams because we
yeah.
don't have D'Amico. I mean, we don't have Robert Saleh no more,
Yeah.
and we're going to see how Ryan's does against the Rams.
D'Amico's
We
learning,
will
Jay.
see.
He's going to figure it
Yep.
out. And besides, we
Hopefully he
didn't let that
does.
many points go yesterday. A few mistakes, and I know
I'm
they
not
learned
bashing
from.
them.
No, I know what you said. All right,
Yeah.
fam.
The real
We
challenge is
gotta
going to be
go.
the Rams. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I got. It'd be
No
funny if we
problem.
do beat the Rams. McVay will
Yeah,
be
it'll be
livid.
hilarious. And Debo, he is definitely our best offensive weapon,
Oh
and
God,
Elijah
yeah.
Mitchell.
I was gonna say
Hopefully,
look out.
Elijah doesn't get hurt.
I know
His
because
his ribs are injured right now,
yeah.
so
It seems Kyle didn't think it's too serious, so we should be okay.
yeah,
All right, Jay. I'll see you
hopefully he's
Wednesday.
okay. Bye, Roger.
All
Have a
right,
good
man.
day. Yep.
Okay, Diner says, did you know we rank third in pass defense, allowing an average of 197 yards a game? I know. Okay, I saw that. A few days ago, I saw that we were ranked kind of high as far as pass defense. But when we're watching the game, we don't feel like that. You know what? They didn't give up a lot of points yesterday, 22, but it seemed like they couldn't get the guys off the field. The Bears. Well, how many times did they punt? Once? I think we punted once. Hey, Casey.
Yo, what's shaking, Ronbo, man? The Niners scored 1,000,000 points yesterday, man. I can't believe they scored 33 points yesterday, Ronbo.
When the dam broke, it broke, didn't it? All the water came rushing in.
They looked angry in that second half. I like that second half, Ronbo. I
And
like
they
that
looked
energy.
serious, didn't they? Jesus, they looked serious.
It looked like the defensive line showed up, and they were like, okay, no more playing around with these Bears, man.
I mean, the offensive line was making. Jimmy had clean pockets most of the day, and you
It
see
was a good game.
and you see what Elijah was just running his butt off. I said, look at this. I said, we make mistakes at the last minute, can't score though, and then all of a sudden we start scoring at will. So
Yeah, and the interception. You know what,
Yeah.
though, Ronbo? They really still, just for years, they just haven't had an Ian Williams replacement, man.
Ian Williams. Oh,
Yeah, man. They need that nose
I forgot
tackle,
about
you know?
him.
They
Yeah,
need that.
Ian could stop the
You know.
run, couldn't he? God, he was good at that.
Tell me, man. They're getting gassed, man. They still are. I really want to see Dre.
Detroit versus everybody.
Man.
Well, go ahead. What were you
Detroit
saying?
got their ass beat. What was it, 44,000 to 2 yesterday, or what was it? 44 to 6. Y'all suck, man. Detroit does, man. Their halftime show, they were down like 28-0, honoring Chris Spielman. Detroit versus nobody, man.
They're in the Derby
Oh, my
to get
God.
the number 1 pick in the draft. So you go, Don.
For real.
But go ahead.
Ronbo, I heard the coach. I heard the coach got a real lion before the start of the season. They're 0-8. Was this Detroit versus everybody? You just calling in to rep Detroit? What's that? Are you really a Lions fan? You can't really be a Lions fan, are you?
Right, he never refers to his Lions. He always said Detroit versus
Yeah.
everybody. I guess he means just the city in general. But yeah,
man.
I don't know.
It's
49ers
San
may
Francisco
got fired
versus
up.
everybody. What the hell, man?
I have no idea
Anyway,
what
man,
that
this
means.
guy's gonna make me ruin my 5 minutes tonight, Ronbo. Yeah, man, Elijah Mitchell, man.
God, I love to watch him.
What's
man.
up, Ronbo?
I just I
He
love to
looks
watch
like
him.
Charlie
man.
Garner out there. They got the same number too, man.
Is that right? Yeah, okay. Same number. That's right.
Yeah, man.
I just love the way he follows his
I mean,
blockers.
Charlie's a little bit bigger, but yeah.
Yeah, Elijah must be strong though, because you notice you never see anybody knock the bejesus out of him, and he usually falls forward too. So,
And you know what? He tightens up at the end of the runs too.
yeah, you're not taking the
And
ball
he
away from
protects
him.
the ball really well.
Yeah. So
I'm
I
really
wonder-
happy with Elijah. He's probably my favorite part of this team because with Debo, Debo's kind of still had a few drops and stuff, but I so want this team to get that Frank Gore, kind of standard of running back that's
Yeah.
all around, because I still think about Raheem in the Super Bowl and his pass blocking, and to get a true all around back. And I hope it's Elijah, man. So.
yeah,
Juice,
he's
man.
gonna get better too. Elijah, we got to beef him up though in the off season though, so he can be a little more durable. So yeah.
They just need a couple more pieces on offense, man. And once they get Kittle back,
Don't forget Jeffrey Wilson Jr. I want to give Elijah a
Yeah.
break here and there. Don't.
oh, that
Don't
would be a
workhorse
great
him.
one too, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Man,
Ah.
can't wait.
So, Ronbo, what happened to Marcel Harris? Is he still there?
Thumb. He's got a thumb injury. I don't know where it's going with that. But you're right.
course.
We're not seeing him. But you know what? Talanoa, Hufunga. But I thought they were working on Marcel
Yeah.
to be a linebacker. So I don't know what's going on with him.
You know what I'm saying? I would do anything for an Akella Witherspoon right now, Ronbo. They just need to get.
Wait, Casey. Let me repeat that. I want to make sure I heard what you said. What? What?
Man, I'm just not happy with their secondary, man. I just want to see them get a scary defense back, man. There's no one on their defense that's taking over games and stuff, man.
Well, the frontline defense I'm worried about too because there's nobody in there to. Nick's being dealt with by 3 and 4 guys. Why? Because they're not worried about the rest of the line. And I'm thinking, guys, when you look at yourself in the mirror and and there's Nick down there in front of his locker. Nick, I'm gonna help you out this week, man. Nick, I'd make you carry the whole load, man. I'm gonna help you out. I'd be ashamed. I was, and they're going after Nick, and I ain't getting none. If they're gonna send 3 guys after Nick, and I still can't get none, what do I look like? I look like used. Come on, man. Eric Armstead. Man, come on.
What was that you said? You said butt cheeks in the sun, Ronbo.
You know, exactly. Come on, guys. If they're using everything they got to stop Nick, Lord have mercy. The rest of you guys can't get in there? Oh.
They really do game plan well against Nick, it seems, don't they? Like,
Nick still got 2.
Man.
Nick still got 2. Oh,
well,
one of the fastest guys in the league. Nick brought him down twice.
I'm glad Nick's on the 49ers, Ronbo.
Yeah, I don't want to play against him.
Oh. God, man. Hey, you know, Ronbo, I saw your brother yesterday.
Who?
Your twin brother, Robo.
Robo? RoboCop? Who? wait. This has got. Who are we talking about?
Your twin brother in the lucky robe.
Oh,
Robo.
I'm gonna keep that name. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of guys. One guy got mad at me on Twitch about that. He thought I was being indecent, and he called me all kind of. You ought to be banned. I said, Jesus, man, I was just playing. All right.
Well, Ronbo, I think until further notice, we gotta use what works, man. You know,
I gotta wear it next week.
The Afro wig or something.
You know,
yeah, get the Afro wig going. And...
Oh yeah, put the big pimp hat on. You know what I'm saying? I got Casey. We gotta go though, Bev. Let me see you Wednesday.
Easy. Have a good night. Adios,
you too. Oh God, it's amazing how sensitive people are about gags. It was Halloween, for God's sakes. Even I mean, come on, man. How you gonna get mad? Okay, now this is all these fans calling for Lance were the same ones cheering 13-3 because we got Jimmy G in 2019. That's called big. That's all being a hypocrite. You know, thanks, Ogie, for that contribution. Robert Slavin says 49ers about to go on a winning streak. Beat AZ. You know, Connor doesn't like to deal with the 49ers anyway. It was really funny how he acted last time we played. He was actually scared of the 49ers front line. Well, he needs to be. It's going to be worse this time because D Ford will be there. Hey, Russell.
Hey, there's my man.
Russ, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. We didn't get to talk last night enough, so I had to call up and resume that chit chat. How you doing tonight, sir?
Go right ahead. I still got some candy that I stole from children. Still left in the house. I got that little vino. I'm a happy man. You know what I'm saying? We got that win.
There it is.
It feels so good to have a happy Monday.
I just got my plate of food too, and I'm sitting there eating a couple of the Hershey Kisses too. So I feel you. I'm right there too.
My faves, Hershey Kisses. You can eat 12. Don't put a bunch in front of you because you'll eat every last one of them. You watching the ball game too? Wait,
no,
Russell. What happened? Did anybody know the score of that game? Did the Giants lose?
They're playing still at 17-17. You talking about KC?
Yeah. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah. 4 minutes, 49 seconds, and it's tied 17 up.
Come on, Giants. I just wanted to sink
That's
all the way into oblivion.
Right? Hey, I had one question for you. Actually, I got 2 things. I won't keep too long. The first guy that said something about he wishes we had a Killer Witherspoon. I just had to laugh my ass off. Thank you for that. That was pretty good.
Casey, see, I'm not the only one who thought that was funny.
and then secondly, you know what? I didn't even hear this until like maybe an hour ago. The frickin' Rams got Von Miller. What the hell? For a second and a third? I would have gave that up in a heartbeat for that dude. Imagine Bosa and
did you
Miller.
hear the rest of it? The Denver Broncos says, and we're going to pay most of his salary. Don't worry about it, Rams.
Wow. How is that even possible, dude? That guy's a beast.
The Rams is born under a lucky star. I'm talking Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, and also now you got Von Miller. You got a premier cornerback back there.
Ramsey. Yeah, Ramsey. And all of that, they gave like two picks for first round. They don't have a pick for the next 8 years.
Rams said we don't need picks. We need Super Bowl rings. So we'll give up anything we can
Right.
to get primetime talent. I'm not mad at that, but I am jealous. Russell, they're
Yeah.
going to keep fooling around until they finally do get where they're trying to go. They picked up Matt Stafford. And how do you get, where's all this money? Everybody's asking, where's the money? God.
That's what I'm saying. How do they get a guy of that caliber? I mean, like, I know he's getting older, but like, man, when I feel like when we seen a guy like that, I don't even understand why we didn't even like. There was no Lynch was talking about Von Miller because he went. They at least made an attempt because they say they make attempt on everybody. If they don't, they at least know about him.
They always say that.
Right. So how could they not have went after Von Miller for a second, a third? I mean, that guy's a Hall of Famer.
And Russ, ask yourself this: how many second and third round picks? Let's see. In the second round, we got Aaron Banks last year. It's not working.
Right.
I think we got Killer Weatherspoon. Was he a second or third round pick? See,
I think second.
Yeah. See, this is like in the third round pick. I think the best thing we can say about, because I believe Dante Pettis came in that round. Fred Warner is the best thing we've gotten out of that round. I think. So we're doing our best work in the fourth, fifth, and sixth rounds. So just
For sure. No, it just goes to show you can. I mean, look at Tom Brady. I mean, no disrespect to our faithful. I hate admitting this, but like I truly believe Tom Brady's the best quarterback ever. He came out of the sixth round and he looked like Mac Jones. And I hate to say this, but I'm kind of feeling embarrassed because everybody that said Mac Jones is horrible. Mac Jones looks like the best quarterback coming out of college right now. And not only does he look like the best, but he fits the part of being a good quarterback because I tell you this, Ronbo, when I seen that kid score his first touchdown and someone went and grabbed that ball and gave it to him and he just kind of tossed it like, nah, it's okay. I'll get many more of those. To me, that was like the definition of OG, man. That guy's gangster, and I don't mean that in the official term, but I just mean like he's hardcore, man. And that's who I want. I want that guy on my team. And no disrespect. I'm not saying Lance. I truly hope he turns out, but
Mac Jones. But look at the division in school he played for. See, this is why I don't watch college football that much. But when everybody was talking about how he sucks, I was kind of, really, a national champion? Is he really that bad? And then I watched him. I don't really know what I'm looking at when I look at college quarterbacks because they look like one thing in college and they look like something else in the pros. So I don't really have any feeling one way or the other. But everybody that watched college football hated the idea of him coming to San Francisco.
No doubt. No doubt. And right now, if we had hindsight, I was going to ask you a dumb question, but I was like, if we have hindsight, if I could pick who I wanted, him or Trey Lance, I probably honestly would say Mac Jones because he just seems to be exactly what Kyle wants, that really smart, calm, takes his time, looks for the read. And I know Kyle said, like, recently, he goes, I want Lamar Jackson. Like, I want the guy that could do both, throw and run.
And Josh
And I
Allen.
think that's what he was trying to get.
Arm. Exactly.
Exactly. And that's what he was going for in Trey, which, I mean, I totally see it, but and sorry, fans, sorry, faithful, but I'm just being honest to myself. This is my opinion. When I seen Lance the other day, he didn't look the part. And I know everyone's going to say, dude, you're an idiot. That's one game. Well, you can see a lot, man. You can see if someone either has it or they don't. And the way he was trying to run, in my opinion, he ain't no Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he's going to need some development, and it's going to take a little time. This is why I'm a little concerned about next year. If everybody wants him coming to take snaps now, I don't know if he's a one-year project or not, though. It's going to take more from what we can see now. But maybe he makes I don't know. We'll see. We're going to see him again later on. Let's see what his development looks like between now and the end of the season. He'll be out there. But here, hey, Russell, let me good stuff, fam. Let me see you Wednesday and see what develops.
You got it, sir. Have a wonderful evening, and you take care, and we'll talk to you soon, Mr. Ronbo.
Thanks, Russell. You too, fam. Night.
All right. Night, fam.
You. And, hey, Ellis and the squad. Him and the squad sitting back and having a good time. Boy, Ellis's kids are fun. Ellis, where you at, man? He's probably having fun with the kids now. I ain't got time for it. Ellis, we can come back, though. All right, we'll come back to Ellis. Frank. Frank. Hey, yeah. I'm still curious because I'm waiting for KC to lose that game because every time I think about how much that quarterback's getting paid, and Mahomes, we're talking about $500 million. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him get a whooping so bad. What's the score?
It was tied up, 17-17.
Yeah. Frank,
Yeah,
man, we ain't
I
making
don't
no
know what it is.
trades. We ain't making Kyle Shanahan's pretending like, well, they do a lot of talking up there. Tyler, you know what they're talking about. And you can go ahead and tell us. Or don't even talk about it then. So I don't know if Kyle is killing this or what. We ain't making no trades. The Rams just picked up Von Miller. You know? Frank,
That's what I was about to touch on. That's what I was about to touch on.
Go right ahead.
Where's the Rams getting all this? Like,
Money?
who is the Rams GM? Who is they getting this money? Who is their GM?
Listen, I forget what's that guy. Oh man, I don't know how they do it. But
that's
Frank,
what we need.
People
Ronbo.
love the Rams, though, Frank. They said we're gonna give you Von Miller and we're gonna pay his salary. Give us that second, third round pick. That's all right. Y'all go ahead. What? Why?
And what are we doing? Look what they gave up. I didn't even know what they gave up until I just heard you tell the next call. I mean, the last caller before me.
No first round.
I'm going to bed. Detroit, we next.
Yeah, I'm ignore that, man. So, go ahead. Yeah, you right. Go to bed, man. Good night, man. I don't even think y'all won the game yet. So, yeah, go ahead and get some rest, man.
They have it.
But yeah, Ronbo.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't understand, man. Like we not why we ain't making a move. Like, I mean, I understand we couldn't make a move because we done gave up everything to get Trey Lance, but I don't know what it is with John Lynch and them doing, man. I just don't know, man. You just watch other teams, man, that just make power moves and just look at us. It's like, I don't know. I guess they just got faith in the talent that we already have, man. And the way our defense look, man, I don't see how you got faith in that.
Frank, you know what? They worry about the pocketbook. They hardcore worry about the pocketbook. See, this is what I'm saying. How come Dallas, L.A., actually Belichick, he spent money like there was no end to his pocketbook. Why are certain teams just Kansas City? Why do certain teams just spend like crazy and don't even worry about it? And yet we're real frugal. We don't go overboard. We make sure to keep an eye on our finances. We're real cautious. We're not bold. We're not aggressive. You know, we picked up Josh Norman. See, that's why I don't understand. How does other teams do it? That's what I'm mad at. How come everybody?
Nah, I'm with you too, Ronbo.
Yeah. How come everybody else can do these things
I
we can't?
don't know. That's what I'm puzzled on. Like, I don't know what the world John Lynch and them doing or thinking. Like, I don't know. So,
Frank, where's
well,
Tampa Bay's
glad
money
we got
coming from? Right?
Yeah, but I think with Tampa Bay, well, it might be about the taxes or something. I think Nina might on one episode he was breaking it down.
That's true.
You know
But you still got a superstar at every damned offensive position. Even that should still add up to a lot of money, even if you're not paying premium salaries.
Yeah,
Man,
I don't know, Ronbo.
Mike Williams, Mike Antonio Brown, Gronk. What's his name? The slot receiver.
Godwin. Godwin. They loaded. Godwin, Gronk, they loaded.
The running back.
They got the same team. They kept the same team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see how we do Sunday, man. That's when like I said, Chicago. I'm happy we got the W, but that's a game we should win anyway. So yeah. I'm not gonna, be so bragging about that. But if we beat Arizona, then that's a statement game. That's showing that okay. You know what I'm saying? We can beat Arizona, but the defense got to play better, Ronbo. Like, ain't no way, man. They couldn't even tackle that on Justin Fields, man. I was so mad that play broke away like Barry Sanders, man.
Oh, man.
I'm like, man, what in the world is going on? I'm like, what are y'all doing, man?
You
But
got
see,
49ers on the other side of the field. Where y'all going? Oh, no.
That's the pleasure, though, of having a mobile quarterback, though. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to plan on it not to look that embarrassed. I understand he's going to beat you, but I got 30 49ers on the other side of the field and nobody on this side of the field. How the hell did that happen?
That's crazy, Rob. I don't understand that. They got to tighten up something, man. So I mean, if we can make a trade, who can we get? I mean, I know it was about I think Minnesota, the Vikings corner, they cornerback. What was they corner name? There was a corner they have. They said he was good, but I think he was injured last year or something. But I forgot his name. I can't. Somebody in the check and help me out with one of their cornerbacks.
And you
supposed to been good.
If he's injured, you know, we right in the market for that. So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not. He well now. I'm saying I think he was injured last year. He ain't played last year.
I'm trying to remember.
But I forgot his name. I forgot his name. It was the Vikings, the cornerback that they drafted. I forgot.
Is he a second-year player?
I think so. I'm not sure. I didn't do my homework on him, but I know it was like in the beginning of the season we was talking about getting him, trading for him or something. Like I think either week 1 or week 2, it was a corner from Minnesota. We was talking about getting him, but I don't know what happened about that. So
yeah, I don't see any names.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
But there's if you're going to pick somebody up, though, you do like the 49ers. We was in hardcore contention in 2019. We went on and got Sanders, gave up too many draft picks, and then he left a few weeks later, you know. So those are kind of things that you make that kind of move and it comes back to bite you in the ass. You know, if you're gonna make that kind of a pickup, pay the man to stay, man. Don't just let him leave.
I mean, then we could have paid him. He only asked for like what, 2 extra? What do you got? $8 million? I mean, Saints gave him what, 2 years, $8 million dollars.
Right.
I think that's what. Yeah. We couldn't pay him that. You know what I'm saying?
Frank, we ran out of time. I don't know.
Oh
That
no.
was quick. But Frank, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll look for you Wednesday and see what Kyle's talking about. See what
have a good one, Ronbo. Love you, man. Shout out to the faithful, man, everyone. Have a blessed night, man.
Hey, loving you back, fam, and you have a great night too. See you Wednesday. There goes Frank.
All right.
And Rakim Jamani says, "Hey, Ronbo, good win yesterday. We need it bad. I noticed a trend on defense this year. I know our linebackers are great in coverage, but I am noticing if OL gets their hands on them, they're getting pushed out of the way. Hey, Rakim, rest assured, though, you got Dre coming back. You got Aziz. That's the kind of name that if you don't have a stammering problem, you'll have one trying to say his name. Aziz Al-Shar's coming back. You got D Ford coming back. I think we got a little more force coming in this week. We look worse than usual last week. Hands off the 49ers, keeping them to 22 points. There he is, the man in red. The man in red. Was that it? That doesn't work as well as that.
No. It's all good though, Ronbo. Aloha, Ronbo. Happy Monday. How you feeling today?
Man, the aftermath of winning is always fun. You keep that good feeling for days. It's get nervous starting Thursday because we got a big game coming up. But right now it's just fun and prizes, lots of candy hanging around, a glass of vino extra before going to bed. Why not? Yes, it's celebration time. Come on, Tony. Let me stop. I'm losing it.
No, we got the 24-hour rule. We got the 24-hour rule in full effect. So we're allowed as fans to enjoy beating the Chicago Bears and honestly putting up 33 points on a pretty solid defense all in all. So they're not weak. I mean, they didn't have Khalil, but I still am a big fan of Akeem Hicks and Roquan Smith, and I thought their secondary played pretty darn well. And they were stuffing our run up the middle. So the only thing we could get going was running on the outside with Elijah Mitchell, who had over 100 yards again and is looking fantastic this season behind some excellent, at least yesterday, some excellent run blocking behind Trent Williams and Charlie Warner. Shout out to Charlie Warner. All in all, it's been a good 24 hours to be a 49er fan. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
Loving it. And the thing is, remember Joe Staley for some reason, used to not have bad luck with Khalil Mack. Maybe Khalil Mack, and I just say this to make us feel good, maybe Mack does not stop us yesterday.
Well, I think Trent Williams would have been able to contain him on the left-hand side of the offensive line if Khalil Mack did play. Seriously, they're both excellent players, but Trent Williams has been, I think, the best offensive lineman in football.
Oh God, yes.
This year. If you look at the PFF ratings and just all things considered, that guy is just nuts. But you know what the thing that excites me most about this week, if we're talking about blocking, it's the return of George Kittle.
Yeah.
And when we get George Kittle back, he's gonna draw coverage, no doubt about it. But where he adds the most value to the San Francisco 49ers is as a run blocker. So you have imagine putting motioning George Kittle to the left-hand side. You have some sort of offset eye with Juszczyk and Elijah Mitchell, and all of a sudden you have Juszczyk, Kittle, and Williams leading the way for Elijah Mitchell up the left-hand side. Really and truly, without J.J. Watt.
You add to that Charlie Warner. He's learning from George. He's starting to remind you of George. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm liking the power sets the Niners can put forward when they have George Kittle on the field. So if all of a sudden you have just Debo as the lone wide receiver on the field, Kittle and Werner in at tight end, Juszczyk and Mitchell, you can run down people's throats. And by the way, I think still that Mike McGlinchey is a good run blocker. So if it's not going to work with Kittle back, we're going to be able to run off both sides. And again, but the other point is that J.J. Watt isn't going to play anymore for the Arizona Cardinals, and he was the game killer for us. He was batting down passes. He was stuffing up the run up the middle, and they are not going to have him. And I need to check in, too, but I think that the Cardinals also are missing an offensive lineman that they had starting their high-priced free agent acquisition. So they are a weakened team, let alone Kyler Murray may or may not play. I think Kyler is going to play, but if Kyler doesn't play, I really, really like the Niners' chances this weekend. And I know we're supposed to, though, be talking about if the Niners are going to be buyers and sellers at this trade deadline. I really don't foresee the 49ers making any big moves. If they do move anybody, the two players I would look to be moving right now are, number one, Dre Greenlaw, and number two, Trey Sermon. I think we can actually get good value right now for Dre Greenlaw. We haven't needed him. The defense has not been playing poorly without him. The defense suffered more from the loss of Azeez Al-Shaair than it did from the loss of Dre Greenlaw. And I know it.
Tony's always making those brilliant observations. I didn't really pay that much attention, but you're right. Azeez is getting it done.
If you look at the game against the Bears, Khalil Herbert was doing very, very well running up the middle against us, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that we were missing Azeez Al-Shaair. So I'm fine if the linebackers are Warner and Al-Shaair, and if we can get some good compensation back for Greenlaw. We drafted Greenlaw with the 5th, so if we can get a 4th, if some team wants, the Jets maybe want to give us a 3rd-round draft pick.
Robert Saleh would take that. Oh, yeah.
I would take a 4th-round pick from the Jets because that's basically a 3rd-round pick next year. So if there's some sort of deal we could get for Dre Greenlaw, that's great. The other thing, with Jeff Wilson Jr. coming back from IR, it looks like they're going to activate his window. We're going to be kind of loaded at running back, and so it's either for me. I don't know if you can get anything for a player who has injury history like Wilson, but if we can get a 3rd-round draft pick in return for get back what we paid for Trey Sermon into next year's draft, those are the two players I would be looking to sell because they haven't been contributing to the team this season, so we don't really need them, and that's just what the record says. And if we can get some value back for them, that is kind of what I would like to see going into next year's draft, where we're going to need to pick up a whole bunch of players because of all the one-year contracts that we currently have. So all in all, though, it's a good week to be a 49er fan. It's a great win.
Yes. It's going to get better, just from the things you just said, as far as the ailing Cardinals. And I just said, we should be sympathetic when I saw that come out. You saw me. I says, yeah. And Tony says, I believe Kyler Murray. I says, Kyler Murray, you know what? No sympathy. And welcome to the world of the 49ers. And Tony chimes in with Kyler he's probably still going to play.
Kyler Murray's a special athlete. And you know what? I will never root for a player to get hurt. And it's fun watching Kyler Murray play, except when he's playing against the 49ers. And so the Cardinals are so far ahead of us in the standings. They don't need to win this game.
Yes.
But I don't know. Until they actually announce that Kyler Murray is definitively out, I'm just going to believe that he's going to play, and that's what the 49ers should practice. Because if you prep for Kyler Murray and get Colt McCoy, you'll be fine.
It's a bargain. Just Nick can go buck wild. I can see him now licking his chops before the game.
Oh my goodness! That's a weakened offensive line too, and with the Cardinals too. It's going to be a very different game. It's going to be a very different game.
Looking forward to it, Tony. Always a pleasure, Tone. Hey,
Aloha, Ronbo.
Aloha. See you Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh. I see Ron Niner says Giants got robbed. Damn it. They escaped, didn't they? Dang. See, Saquon, I wanted him so badly that year in the draft, and Saquon has been gone the whole time. Hey, what? It's Norman. Norm.
Oh, I don't know what time it is, or I don't have time to say.
Yes?
But we'll say this.
We got to know what time it is, Norm.
Okay. These are not Seahawks colors, people. These.
I was about to ask you about that, too. Norm.
I know people on the chat line was going to ask me about that. Are you wearing black? Really? Do Seahawks wear black?
Is that black? Because it looks dark. And you know, look at Seahawks uniform. They got that nasty green, and then and humans should not wear green, by the way, Norm. Also, they got blue.
If you're colorblind, you would not know that this is black and fluorescent yellow.
Norm, you know, yellow is a byproduct of green.
Bro, you gotta have blue in there too. So shout out to my, shout out to. Anyway, no.
I like it, Norm. I'm just kidding.
I ain't even talking about the boys in blue because I don't even like the Cowboys right now. They thought they got lucky because they rushed their way into a win last week. But we talking about these Niners though. We talking about these Niners that actually work for wins. You feel me? That you know what I'm saying? We actually worked for a win. You feel me today? Or yesterday. It was yesterday because I was at work getting this chicken, Ronbo. I saw the game I saw after the game when I was on my lunch break and I seen the score. I was in a break room. Like, I'm lucky I work at a cool job where they let you be you. I'm in there like, yeah, Niner, yeah. And the dude, the supervisor was like, yeah.
Was it Raider fan?
He's a Bengals fan.
Oh, that's even worse. Jumped up and got beat by the Jets, looking like they was all world. And the Jets' second-string quarterback comes in there and runs up 400 and something yards. I am shocked. I was scared to play them too, Norm. I might not be now.
You know what he told me, though? He told me it's too early in the season for all these teams right now that's up right now to be talking all that yip they talking right now. It's way too early in the season because he was talking about like, man, y'all ain't over yet. These Niners ain't over yet.
Well, this happens every year. No? Teams come out busting out of the gate and cool off.
Yeah, we got the win this week, Ronbo. But how can they keep the same energy moving forward?
Well, you remember that bad taste in your mouth from losing, and it kind of motivates you when you especially get that good taste of winning. You know, so maybe they'll think, man, I don't feel like going back to that dark place, man. Come on, y'all, let's go. And you get out there and they work hard.
I mean, maybe more Ayuk wiped off the faces of these defensive coordinators because finally I've seen a little bit of it wiped off last week. I was like, where was Ayuk? I was talking about it a lot in the preseason. I didn't see none of it. But somebody brought up something crazy about how everybody picking all these guys. These Von Miller just ended up sparking the mind of all these Niner fans saying, how come we ain't getting these guys? You know, our two best players right now are in the last years of their rookie contract.
Mm-hmm. 49ers know it too.
Matt Prague, whatever his name is. I keep saying the wrong names for people. I don't care. That's
Marathi. Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, look, the man who's writing the checks though, is he probably got a game plan going on because Debo and Nick Bosa, they on the last years. You got to pay these guys.
That's a lot of money. Just them two right there. That's over $100 million.
Debo just beat Jerry Rice's record for the first 7 games in the season. You think no other team is looking at, yeah, we can take Debo. We can take the chains and Debo from these 49ers. These Niners ain't gonna let that happen.
No. There's going to be some bidding. You're right, Norm. We're going to have to fight to keep him.
If the Rams, if the Rams or the Cowboys, imagine if the Cowboys got
no,
Debo.
No. Don't say the Cowboys. And the
Or
Rams are doing the heartbeat. Ain't got no money.
Or how about the Seattle Seahawks go ahead and get Debo Samuel, or the Kansas City Chiefs, or these Raiders. What if the Raiders got Debo? Y'all want that, but y'all worried about getting Von Miller, who was popping a half a decade ago. Come on, man. Not my face, bro. He was popping a half a decade ago, man. Do you know how the NFL works, bro? They pay people money based off of their resume, but y'all don't understand the fact that, like, just because a player is seasoned doesn't mean that he still got the juice. Y'all paying the Rams paid Von Miller. They got this man based off his merit. That don't mean Kyle Shanahan should have jumped up.
The Rams haven't paid Norm Miller. The Broncos are so nice. They said, well, don't worry about it. We'll pay his salary for this year, guys. Don't, you know what? You guys can negotiate something with him next year. We'll take care of him this year. He's all yours.
Is that bad? It's that serious?
I'm telling you.
Y'all worried about Von Miller?
People just give the Rams. They just give the Rams things. That's
all
what
right,
kills
look here.
me.
Alex Mack, Trent Williams, and whoever else is on that O-line gonna have something for Von Miller, man. We ain't playing. We ain't scared of that, man.
He's lost a step, if that means anything.
Maybe a 1-2 step. How about that?
How old is Von now?
Man, look, bro, I hollered at my homeboy because my homeboy, my brother Ali, he looked just like Von Miller. They probably about the same age right now. He in his 40s, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing.
Von's way past 30, though. So, I don't know how many more years he's got left. But the Rams don't care, Norm. Everything about the Rams is right now, today. We ain't worried about tomorrow. We're doing what we need to do now to get to that Super Bowl. And if we fall to pieces after that, that don't matter. We got that trophy.
Oh, they got to get to the Super Bowl, no matter if we score 3 points or not.
That's it. That's what they feel. They could give a damn about the future. It means nothing. I just want to make sure.
They want to be like, y'all not finna be like the Buccaneers were last year. Rams, get over it. Y'all, why is y'all drafting? Man, the Cardinals gonna beat y'all in the wild card.
Like they beat them up. Was that 3 weeks ago? Ran them off the field.
Oh yeah, man. These Niners is gonna be. We might. Hey, look. I just want the Niners to be that creeper team. You feel me? That one that if we can at least go on the road games and at least make it to the NFC Championship game this year, I'll be happy.
Ooh. Hey, if they do that, means they got it going on. They're going to play the Rams tough. I'm guaranteeing.
That's reaching though of a fan. For a fan that has a 3-4 team, that's reaching though. You feel me? So I'm just going for just take it week by week. We got a dub this week. Let's get a dub next week. You feel me? And we'll be even, Steven at that point. And then, if we go, at worst, 13-4.
Ooh, that would be awesome. That is at worst.
It's not going to happen. That ain't gonna happen.
That's what Fred Warner says. I'm not looking at any further than next week against the Cardinals.
Just take it week by week. We might go 11-6 if we like, or 10-7. We might be
I predict that right there. 11-6. I think that's the 49ers.
10-7, Ronbo, and barely scraping to the playoffs. 10-7, barely scraping to that thing.
That means I don't want to back in though. But no, I always appreciate you, fam. You've been gone for a long time, Norm. We've been missing you. Norm, be back in Wednesday. I'll be looking for you.
Y'all, they be whining too much on here, man. I'm gonna just keep it 100. Y'all, they be whining too much on this show.
That's all I'm saying. That's why they call us the 40 whiners. Norm, but just don't be wearing no Cowboys blue when you come back Monday. It really will bother people.
Man, I'm gonna wear it just for you, homeboy. I might have a Cowboys fan in here for you.
and be talking about yippee, yahoo.
Right. No, you gonna look nice though. All right, man. That's all I gotta say. It's Niners all day.
Night, Norm. You gotta love Norm. Norm came in here looking like a Seahawk. I love it. He's like, Okinawa says Parag game plan for the last 21 years is questionable. Oh, man. Here we are. Hey, Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, man, we're sitting up here. We're watching the Rams. They're building a fortress over there with some of the best mercenaries on the planet, and then you figure like, well, we can't afford to be bringing all these people over here because we're worried about Nick and Debo, and God knows there's going to come a moment we're going to have to pay somebody that we say we can't let him go either. So, I do understand that, but I just wish that we could manipulate money like they do in Dallas and Tampa Bay and New England, places like that where they just got all kind of people running around. I mean, how do they do this? We can't do it. So I'm a little bothered by that. But beyond that, But what are you thinking?
Well, I think they have a plan, and I think this year is not the, winning and going to the Super Bowl this year is not the plan. I mean, we see that, when you have intelligent people doing average or being satisfied with mediocrity, then there's a plan behind it. I mean, this coach and GM, this front office, they know how to get to the Super Bowl, and they know what kind of team they need to put together to make it to the Super Bowl. And we definitely don't have that, with our cornerbacks. So, and even the game plan, the play calling, offensive play calling that we have, Jimmy G is just not. He's just not there. And so he could get there. He could maintain confidence, but I just think his quarterback confidence is shaken. We see that yesterday with.
Did you think he didn't look confident to you yesterday?
No, he didn't. He didn't look confident. It was. It was evident when he chose to run the ball and instead of passing the ball in.
Oh, you mean as
far
as
you think with the wide receivers we have, we can't get the ball, can't pass the ball in the end zone. Oh, I mean he tried. I can't say that. Because I know he tried to pass the ball in the end zone with Brandon Ayuk on that slant route, but it was a slant route. But we have number what's his name? The 6'3" guy that we drafted in the 7th round, Jennings. We have Jennings, and I don't know what's going on with Hurd. Lord have mercy. He just
didn't even mention him. And they told everybody else came off, but not a word about Jalen.
He just MIA, man. So I don't know what's going on.
He's not coming back this year.
Man, but we could at least give Jennings a shot, man. We can get Jennings a shot. We can get a tight end up the middle for a touchdown. I mean, there are ways we can get, but Jimmy, he just chose to run the ball in. He don't trust his arm. He don't trust his wide receiver. And most importantly, he doesn't trust the wide receivers, the referees to call the foul whenever his wide receivers are getting, whenever they're getting harassed, pass interference. And so I think those are the reasons why he chose not to pass it. But I just think Jimmy G's confidence is out the door.
Really?
And
I thought
it was great.
It was the best display of confidence from him I've seen in a long time. Those kind of bang plays at the 1 yard line.
Look who he's playing. I mean, he's playing the Bears.
That defense ain't that bad, fam. They're not that bad. They're pretty rough. They missed Khalil, but they're still got some tough guys out there.
Yeah, but they don't have Khalil Mack, and so what are they gonna do?
That's
the offense, that offensive line. But who else they got? Who else they got on the defensive line that's an impact player? Nobody.
Well, they got Hakeem Hicks, and there's another couple of guys. They got Raekwon. I don't know if they're that bad defensively. They've been doing a pretty good job most of the season, actually.
Yeah, but they have nobody that a quarterback fears that puts consistent pressure, like superstar defensive players. And so I think that's what's going on. I mean, we see Jimmy G, from week to week. Next week, going against the Cardinals. Will he be the same? The Cardinals, yeah. Will he be the same? I don't think he's going to be the same. It depends on who's playing, and how much what he fears. But
Charles,
if he gets,
you know what though, Charles? If as long as he's got a running game like he had yesterday, I don't know if Jimmy's going to be anything less than what you've seen yesterday. What I did enjoy about Jimmy the other day is he was manipulating that pocket a lot different than he has been. He was moving around. He was looking for receivers, making time for him to get back to him. That was a different Jimmy G.
Yeah, it was, and it was great to see. But I just wish, I want to see him play that way consistent, regardless of who we play. I really want to see the Jimmy G that we saw, 2-3 years ago back in when we played the Saints in the Superdome,
Yeah.
and that pass that he made to
Emmanuel
Kittles,
Sanders.
Kittles got
Kittle,
Emmanuel. Oh my
outside shot.
God, that's what I want. Like where is that Jimmy G? That consistent, that consistent quarterback play. Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how tough things get. Jimmy G's gonna come through. He's gonna make the right pass, like he did yesterday with Debo Samuel. I'm like, dude, why can't we get that once or twice a game with Jimmy G?
Remember, Charles, his family was out there. That's what everybody says. Hey, make sure all of Jimmy's family and all them 100 people at every game.
Yeah.
Charles, we're gonna run out of time, though, fam. I'm gonna see you Wednesday and see what they're talking about. All right.
Okay. All right,
Charles.
Ronbo. Love you, Ronbo.
Love you back, fam. See you Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
I forgot about Quinn. Somebody mentioned him too. So, hey, Ellis.
Ronbo.
Is it Ellis? Ellis, you're starting to fool me. You sound a lot different when you first come out. Ellis is like, you're having that problem. I used to like to choke my dad out. Remember, I was 6 years old. He'd be sitting there on the sofa, and I'd come out behind him in a handkerchief and act because I was watching way too much TV. I'm gonna kill you, and Dad be playing along with it. Oh, don't kill me! You sounded just like him. That's what that reminded me of. Ellis.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I had to take the phone off speaker and cut the mute button off. So I don't know. Maybe it was catching like the tail end of my words, and it came out. Whatever.
Came out,
but I'm like good, fam. I'm good.
Right.
Yeah. I'm good, fam. How you doing?
Great. This is like that 24-hour window where you get to celebrate or feel sad depending on what happened on Sunday. We won, and I've had way too much sugar because it's all over the place, and a little bit of the red and white. I like the red vino the best. So I'm feeling good. Had too much last night. I'm a little worn out today though. But enough about me though. But fam, give me something about the situation. Von Miller's now a Ram. All right, and there are people who are saying, "Damn, Niners," because we do this every year during this time. Why didn't we pick up somebody? So but we have, it's like Tony said in chat on Twitter. Yeah, Inglewood's going to finally have a day of reckoning. Do you think the Rams are going to finally go too far, or do you think they did the right thing, and did we not do enough?
I mean, it would have been nice to have Von Miller. I wouldn't have been opposed to it. Just about what we were going to give up for him. And, considering we don't have any first-round picks as of right now, and we're only going to be looking at second, third, and on, it wouldn't have been a good idea to get him and give up picks. So, it just wasn't something that really fits our draft budget.
Or our style. We don't be doing that.
Yeah. And that too. And, but the Rams, I mean, McVay and them, they're going, they're balls to the wall with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's not taking those shorts. He's trying to make sure that he gets, some stars on both sides of the ball. I know Deshaun Jackson's not playing anymore for the Rams for the rest of until he gets a trade. So he'll probably be traded by tomorrow.
Whoa,
he's not playing. He didn't play this last game.
Where did you get that from? Deshaun?
Yeah.
Now, they take him out of the
Deshaun
equation.
Jackson is on the market.
Really?
Deshaun Jackson is on the market. Yeah, he doesn't want to play with the Rams no more. He's not getting enough playing time. So he's been he's been pretty upset and whatnot. So McVay said that he's just going to sit and he won't play. He was inactive for just this past weekend, and
that kind of falling out.
He's not going to play until they get a trade partner. Yeah, he's not going to play. So he's not feeling the lack of
too.
rotation.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was thinking, damn, it would have been kind of cool, to get Deshaun Jackson here. But I know he's got the little bit of injury stuff that happens with him from time to time. I know he's been kind of dealing with that stuff in and out. And so I just don't want us to have another one of those kind of situations go on. So if we were to get him, I wouldn't be mad. If we didn't get him, I wouldn't be mad either. But yeah, Deshaun Jackson is not going to be a Ram anymore, so he'll be somewhere else soon. I'm almost feeling like he'll be somewhere, he'll try to stay in the division. But I mean, or at least in
the Cardinals, they'll pick people up
in the NFC
too.
period.
I don't know where they're getting all their money.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, that was some news that I just found out recently. But yeah, man, that was good. That was a good pickup for them though. Von Miller's, he's still a player, man. So, we're gonna be having some extra problems on there on the defense. That'll make their defense a little bit more sound than it was gonna be prior to us playing them. But Von can get it too. You know what I'm saying? He can get his ass. He can get laid down. He can get pancakes a couple of times here and there. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
I haven't heard that in a long time. I like that.
Keeping it vintage.
You know what? Von's going to be around there trying to bother with Mike McGlinchey, though, because he ain't good. Why would you deal with Trent Williams and you don't have to? So that's what I worry about with that. But as long as I keep George over there, or actually, who's looking good, though? Look at Warner. Charlie Warner's he's becoming the clone of George Kittle when it comes to blocking.
Yeah.
He'll lock up inside, and that dude hangs on. Man, I said, look at him locking up. All right.
Yeah, I think he might be he could be close to as powerful, if not more than George. I know he's a lot more solid. He's a little bit more of a thicker guy. You know what I'm saying? He was bigger bone and stuff coming out of Georgia anyway, and so he's lost some weight and gotten strong and been in the weight room. And so I think that was a benefit for us to be able to utilize him. Have him and Ross, kind of filling in for George. And it doesn't even really seem like we skipped a beat, outside of George not catching passes. As far as the run game and, just how the system has been going offensively, it's been looking actually really good. So, we can definitely be thankful for that, because George being such an important piece, you put him on another team and he's not playing, that team would look like shit. So we're looking actually good, you know what I mean? So that's that's a positive for us. But yeah, the offense looked great, Ronbo, man. I was really, impressed with the second half. If we can do that, if we can repeat that second half for the remainders of the season, I mean, I don't see us winning, any less than 9 or 10 games. I'm just saying because that momentum is going to maintain in our favor for the majority of the time, and our defense will pick up. That was probably one of the worst performances our defense has had all season against the Bears. As far as the run game is concerned, I guess I'll say, I mean, I don't want to say as a whole, but it just looked like we were just getting gashed a lot.
Yeah, not necessarily the quarterback. They were running on us with ease. That was too much.
Yeah, Khalil Herbert's a beast. Yeah, that boy's a beast,
showed it
man.
Too.
So,
well, Ellis, I can't believe it. Time is running quickly tonight. I'm gonna tell you what, Ellis. Let me see you Wednesday, like we do. I didn't realize the clock was out.
Rob will be like, "Oh, we got to."
I looked up at the zeros. I said, "What?
You my fan. It's all good." Yeah, the clock has run out, man. The hourglass got that. just ran out on us. God damn it. No, but it's all good, family. I appreciate you as always, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And shout out to production, man. Shout out to the Niners faithful, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe.
Yeah,
and we'll be back on Wednesday, fam. Peace and love.
Looking forward to that. All right. Shout out to the squad too. All right, fam.
I sure will. We'll be back. They'll be back on Wednesday. I'm down the street from the house, but Wednesday we'll be here.
Good. All right.
Okay,
Ellis.
Peace.
And hey, Salem.
Hey, what's going on?
Salem, we're sitting here. Salem, what, have you not called in a long time? This name I've not seen in a while.
Man, I've been depressed, man. You know what I mean? But Niners got our win, so I'm back now.
for coming.
I'm back, I know, man, because I ain't had nothing nice to say, so I was just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Oh, yeah, you like our parents raised us. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Mama,
exactly.
look, what I tell you? Okay. Hey,
yeah, I mean, I agree with the caller a little while ago. He said, man, just be positive. Quit all that whining and all that. Just think about the positives we got going on. We got Debo. He's balling out. You know what I mean? We won yesterday. We got some good stuff going on the team, man.
And look at that running back. You lose Mostert, but suddenly the door opens up. Enter Elijah Mitchell. Who knew?
Oh, yeah.
6th round pick, Salem.
6th round pick. Yeah, man.
We picked up Trey Sermon in the 3rd round. Everybody said, oh, look, we finally got a good running back. We picked up Trey Sermon in the 3rd round. I think that never happened. Trey Sermon is 3rd on the depth chart behind JaMycal Hasty.
Ain't that crazy? Just how the projection of players go when they're in college and when they hit the league, it's something different. Some rise up to to their calling, whatever it is. Some don't, and it's just it's crazy to see. It's crazy. It's kind of like you can't even really measure who's going to be good. You're bound to miss on a couple of them. You're bound to hit on a couple.
Yeah, that's what it works. Not necessarily in the first, second, or third round. Your best pick could come down in the 6th and 7th round. Tom Brady years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
I know. Makes no sense.
And that kind of leads into what I was gonna talk about in terms of the traded for Von Miller and if we should do anything. And I think the Rams got whooped for giving up a 2nd and a 3rd for Von Miller.
But they don't care, Salem. They don't care about their draft picks.
I know. I get it. It's super short-sighted though. The Rams, like, how are they like those 2nd and 3rd? That could that could be future players that are gonna hold up the Rams for years to come. You're giving it up for like the next 2 years, which I understand. But if we look at players and who they are, Stafford, he don't play good in big games like that. He's not gonna get past his first playoff game. You know what I mean? The Cardinals, Kyler Murray, he's been, as the season progresses, he starts losing his touch. You know what I'm saying?
He's too little, Salem. Don't pick on him. He's small. He can't take all those hits.
Exactly. And this season is long, and come the winter time when it gets cold. We got Jimmy, who's proven it. He's been playing in New England all his life. You know what I mean? In Chicago.
And from Chicago.
And Trey Lance, just in case we have to go to Trey
from North Dakota.
He comes from North Dakota. Yeah,
it doesn't get any colder on the rest of the place.
We got all our bases covered.
And you heard those reports? Beef dying on the hoof in North Dakota area from the cold. Beef dying on the hoof. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Does it mean like it sounds? I mean, cows are outside dying? How cold? Oh, my God.
Man, I don't know what cold. That is. That's some cold folk sayings. I don't know. I have no idea about that. I like the warm sand between my toes type feeling.
Let me go to Hawaii. I'll kick back Guam, anywhere. Just the Dakotas, forget about it. Where men are men.
Forget about that, man.
And women won't stay with them.
Nothing going on in Dakota except for cold.
I know. But that being said, though, are you the 49ers, the direction they take, the decisions they make, are those okay with you? Because everybody I'm not sure is agreeing on what they do about not making these deals.
Well, right now, because it's not a position of need. You look at Fred Warner, you look at Azeez Al-Shaair, who's balling out right now. I know
undrafted.
It's just like we got Nick Bosa on the line. The defense, that front, the box, I think is solid enough. You don't need to waste nothing else on it right now. If it had been like a solid corner, maybe. But as far as, linebackers goes, defensive end, all that, I think we're solid right there. We don't need to give up nothing right now, especially without having picks.
I know, because you're not giving it. Say, what do you got your second round pick, provided they don't get rid of it. You pick it up with that second round to start off the draft next year? What position?
Honestly, I'll probably go with
we all do this.
That's a good question. You know what? I'll probably go with the safety. I'll probably go with the strong safety.
But you already got but you got Talanoa, and you've already got the guy that's out right now. You actually have a couple of guys in there. I don't know if they're going to really sign Kwaski T.
Yeah.
But
I might get an offensive lineman too. I might get that right guard because I don't know what's going on with Aaron Banks. And this is the thing, man. This is my biggest. The whole thing is like, forget the trade, forget bringing in new players. I think the Niners, like the best formula that seems to work. Consistently, it's you bring up your phone players, you bring up but you got to draft good. That's the whole problem right now.
And then raising the beef fiends. That's true. Santa, it's fun talking. Listen, we're gonna be out of time here. Let's Get your, we'll see you Wednesday.
All good. Yep, for sure. Wednesday, I'll call back. All right.
Looking forward to it, fam. Night.
All right, good night. Bang bang.
Bang bang, night and gang. Aguero. Hola, Ronbo. Finally, we got a win on Halloween. Scary. It's really scary. Scary day. If we lost, that would have been even more scary. I have a feeling if we lost, though, there would be some trades being made today. 449's where we had him on the phone, too. Gabriel.
Hello, Ronbo. Can you hear me?
Gabriel, I can hear you loud and clear. Get in here.
Hey, I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I know you got a lot of callers. Jed, he owns one of the most historic franchises in the NFL, and it's worth a lot of money. He needs to, stop being a cheapskate and pay up. And with Defo, that I can see why people don't like Jimmy, because Defo should have been a Niner for life,
How does that tie together? You understand why people don't like Jimmy, and then Defo should have been a Niner for life. Because they could have used some of the money for Jimmy to pay Defo?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't like that's bad business. That's not a good look, like Jed being a cheapskate. And with the Levi Stadium, I think it's not, Levi's it's all right, but it's not Candlestick. Yeah, he needs to move the team back to the Bay.
Yeah, well. But the thing is, Gabriel, that area, they wanted Candlestick and everything about it to just leave. There were all kind of issues. I think the city had something with that zone they were going to, but they could have, I thought they said, Daly City's got a lot of open spaces. Well, you guys could have went out there. And
Santa Clara treated them like crap, So
still are. Jed, they hate Jed. Every year at the same time, they're fighting with Jed.
But on the bright side, I think if Lynch wants to fix, it still hurts that Defoe's gone, but if Lynch wants to fix it, Jimmy's not going to be here next year. And, he can get something for Jimmy. I think he could get like a Xavier Howard or a Nick Chubb for Jimmy.
Well, you're not going to get, I doubt you're going to get a player. They're going to go for draft picks.
You're going to have to throw in a pick maybe if you want an elite player. You're going to have to rework his cap and probably eat some of his salary. But
yeah, Gabriel, I don't think that's not going to happen. If they get anything, it's going to be draft picks. Players, the 49ers
draft picks are good.
Yeah, they're looking to reduce salary. They need the money to pay Nick Bosa and Debo and guys like that. And who knows? Maybe you see all of a sudden Ayuk bust out. You've got players on our roster they're going to need to get paid.
Right.
So they're thinking
that's
about that.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Ronbo.
They're going to worry about.
And
that
then
probably.
Jimmy had some good memories here. He took us to a Super Bowl. He was a part of a Super Bowl team. But I just think it's time to move on. Trey needs the reps, and keep in mind, Trey's not going to be perfect. He's going to have his ups and downs, but it's going to be a learning process for Trey, and I think he's up for it.
I hope so. Because otherwise, we got trouble.
Trey seems like a pretty sharp kid. He seems like he really wants it,
Yeah, anytime your dream comes true when you get into the NFL, you got all the aspirations in the world of succeeding, but how many do is the thing, because you look at all the first-round picks, quarterbacks in the last 4 or 5 years, only 2 or 3 are doing okay. So we'll see what happens.
I think Trey has the best story out of all the quarterbacks that were taken, so I'm really rooting for him. I hope he does good, but that's all I got to say, Ronbo. Thanks.
All right, Gabriel. Great to hear from you. We'll see you Wednesday if you got some time. All right.
Oh, hold on, Ronbo.
All right.
All right, bye. It's all good. Bye.
All right. Hey, well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show on a Monday Night Raw. Are you kidding me? Show must have something on his mind. Show, what's up, fam? Big show. El Big Show. There he is.
Oh, Ronbo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you. Yeah, right here.
Oh, I apologize. Sorry about that.
It's okay. But Show, it's
What's
Monday
going on?
night. You want an installment? I mean, Monday night.
No,
yeah.
no. The whole Von Miller thing. This is where the frustration comes from with the entire fan base with this front office that's been in power for 5 years now.
Yeah.
They have this philosophy of building the team through the draft and looking towards the future.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the future really? Where has the future really gotten us, Ronbo? Nowhere.
Yeah.
Look at all the first-round picks that we've had since Kyle and John took over this team, and look at all the second- and third-round picks we've had since Kyle and John took over this team. All of them have been busts, Ronbo, except for Nick, Debo, Kittle, and Warner.
Let's see. Nick.
Where are these? Where?
Kittle's not a first. Kittle's in the 5th round. See.
Yeah. Where? What do we do? Why do we continue to sit on our thumbs and asses and do absolutely nothing? And then we read later, we looked into it. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm so sick and damn tired of hearing that shit. At least the Rams are in the playoffs every year. Ronbo, we've only made one Super Bowl appearance since Kyle and John have taken over.
And one
playoff appearance.
So
One.
And
they
I do
continue
agree.
to
Stop
sign the
telling
same
people that you looked into these things. You didn't, and you weren't serious if you did. Just leave it alone. Just don't tell us this. You didn't look into that.
And they continue to sign the same people and bring back the same people and expect the same result that it brought them the year they went to the Super Bowl, and that never happened. That almost never happened, like the same result as the previous year. And it's starting to show, Ronbo. You brought back all these people for absolutely nothing, and we're losing. Yeah. We beat a sorry-ass Bears team. Oh, my God. We're so excited.
But so the novelty behind that is another L would have been worse. I mean, between the two.
Oh, yeah.
Of two
they
evils,
know that. They know their asses
God.
are on the line right now. I mean, we're frustrated, Ronbo. We're frustrated that we don't do anything, especially when it comes to positions of need, like a corner or an offense, a right guard or a safety. Even we're short there. We're short in linebackers too. Like all these guys that they keep bringing back, they're always freaking hurt, man. Like it pisses me off. It really does.
Yeah,
we do absolutely nothing. We want to keep our draft picks for the future, like Kyle said today. Like, what the hell has it brought us, Kyle? All of our picks have been freaking bust, man.
Aaron Banks is going to develop into a stud.
And you panic buy this year because you panic buy you made a big ass trade this year because you panic bought, which was what everybody was doing last year during the pandemic. They panic bought, Ronbo. That's what this pick was this year, and we don't know if this quarterback is going to turn out to be a stud or not.
You know what?
Kyle won't play him, and Kyle sees something that worries him. That's why he's holding him back.
Oh, you know what? That's a thing. Next year, it takes the polished quarterbacks a couple of years to get Kyle Shanahan's offense and do it right. Trey's raw. Does that equate to like another year and a half? Does that mean 3 years more minimum?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Please, God, no.
That long.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't. I don't even know if we're going to make the playoffs this year. We have a lot of tough teams ahead of us. Yeah, granted, Derrick Henry's out. That's going to help a little, but that doesn't mean we're still going to beat
Derrick
them.
Henry's out of the mix. Good. I mean, I don't wish bad on anybody, but Derrick Henry's a very scary man. If we do get to week 15, 18, whatever, 17, whatever it is, and we see, 49ers cannot afford to lose to the Titans. Oh, my God. And there's Derrick Henry sitting there waiting on us. No, I don't want that.
And if we're not going to be making the playoffs this year, and you guys know it, and this is exactly why you're not making any moves, at least trade away players and get assets back that you gave away for something you're not so sure about.
Yeah.
What you gave away for. You know what I mean? You gave away a lot for Trey, and you're not so sure about him right now. You better cover your asses because you're telling us right now that there's something wrong with this kid. Like, I mean...
Trey's got to work out. Or Kyle, but you might get Kyle and John may be in seriously hot water.
John already. I think I think John needs to be the first to go and
keep Adam
clear
Peters.
that whole entire draft scout office. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of not acquiring players that we need. Like, we keep seeing the Rams do this. They don't give a shit about their draft picks, and it's actually helping them out there in the playoffs every year while we're sitting on our asses on the couch watching them at least be in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, we're always injured. We're always hurt.
Oh.
We keep bringing back the same guys and expecting something different, and nothing's changed. Nothing. Nothing. And all of our draft picks have been blessed.
And the bad thing about it is, so some of those mid-round picks, the Rams picking up, some of them look pretty good. So we're gonna have to go though.
All right.
I'll see you Wednesday, and it'll get better.
All right. Get off your asses, Kyle and John. Do it. Stop dicking around. All right. Shout out to the TNT fam.
Night show.
Take care.
I guess he's not happy with what's going on in Santa Clara. Hey, Bobo, hopefully we make a deal to bolster our secondary. See, that's why when I asked Salem, round 2, our first pick of the day on day 2, what are you picking? Think about that, fam. What are you picking? Hey, oh, here he is. It's Ice, Ice, baby. Too cold, too cold. Ice.
Yo, what up, man?
Ice, man, we're sitting here.
What's up, dog?
Well, you just got a sample of it. You know, you heard Show. He's not happy with how the front office is operating in these period of times.
Well, you know, I'm not disappointed with that, with them not doing anything, because you know we have to be realistic thinking of in the time that Shanahan has been in power. It's been okay. The only downfall that they really have had is basically injury, and it's been unfortunate that the guys that we have drafted became injury-riddled players. But that's not really their fault, you know. So we can't really blame that on them. You know, that's just the luck of the draw when it comes to the draft. You know, so what they started doing was, they started focusing on defense and the trenches, which is the offensive line and the defensive line. So those things has been on the upswing, and it's gotten better. I don't think they did anything wrong by not making a move, because you just think about it. They got like 20 players that's going to be agents next year. You know, 1 year deal. So, I mean, they did the right thing by doing that, because they didn't know what these guys were going to bring. They weren't sure if these guys were going to have any kind of consistency. And if they did, then they say, okay, we'll rework the contract and we'll give this guy more money. Wouldn't you do the same thing?
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. Exactly. You're right. You're on audition. You got a 1-year contract, and you want to stay with us. Give us a reason to let you stay.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you look at the NFL now, not just us. You look at the NFL now. So many guys have gotten ridiculous contracts, and the next you know, these guys ain't done nothing for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Miller's for one is one of them. He got a big contract. After he got that big contract, what has he done?
Yeah, you know, that's really worrisome. And look at Mahomes over there getting paid.
He got paid. Now, since he's got that big contract,
and all of a sudden,
has his numbers been the same?
I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
Like, people don't pay this no attention. You getting these guys who get these ridiculous contracts. Now, I hate to see Fred on fault. Fred was one of the few. He got a big contract, but he's small. Kittle's another one. Kittle's got a big contract. What happened to him? He gets hurt
immediately.
Immediately. Like, what the hell? Like, you know, it's kind of scary in a way. It seems like it's a play kind of thing that happened to teams. That's why teams like we don't need, like, look what happened to Jimmy. We gave Jimmy that $100 million. He got hurt.
Leg went out immediely.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm not really a bit of fan of giving these dudes these big ridiculous contracts. I say that it's hard.
But what are you going to do? They're going to leave and somebody else is going to pay them.
Hey, I'm gonna give you an example. Why you think the Patriots won so many Super Bowls? They never gave up no big money to all these different dudes. You can't do it.
And somehow Brady didn't need any money. I mean, he made more money on endorsements, and his wife Giselle was making more money than he was. So Brady said, "No, what do you need? What you guys need is get me some players so I can win. That's all that matters to me."
That's exactly what they're trying to do. People that are, and it's you have to be patient with it too now at the same time, because we got the chemistry, because this is why they're like, listen, man, we cannot go ahead on and give this guy $3-4 million and he's not available. They started that with Jimmy. They started out with a lot of guys. So now they see these guys on short leash say, look, man, any guy that come here is going to play for us, listen, you have to earn that money. And you have to be here to earn it. And you're going to want to be that team concept.
And then
we don't need a bunch of people.
But do you pay him after? Because in the first 3 years, rookie contract, that's what they're doing. They're proving to you that they deserve the money that you're about to get them. That's why Dante Pettis didn't get paid. He left. Reuben Foster didn't get paid. Also, Solomon Thomas. See, well, they do get rid of the guys that aren't showing anything. But the bad thing is, some of these guys, look at Fred Warner, it's just gangbusters. You got to pay Fred. George Kittle was the league's best. You got to pay him, or else he's leaving. And and the fans won't forgive you.
No, you can't. You're right. I agree with you with that. But at the same token, too, those guys are the ones that will get that money because they are superstars. That's what I question. And it's the rest of the guys that's going to be the supporting cast, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
Any supporting cast that we have in our squad, they have to be durable and be ready to play.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing has been our problem.
We got to go with what I'm saying, but good luck with the durability. But I'm telling you, it was carnage this weekend. People left like crazy.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
The main thing for us before we go, the main thing for us for this weekend coming up and for the rest of the season is for our defensive line and offensive line to step up. As long as those two things happen, we'll be all right.
You'll be happy. I will too. All right, Ice. I'm gonna see you Wednesday.
All
see
right.
what Cal's talking about next. All right,
yeah, man. Woo. Later, brother. Have a good one, man.
You too, Ice. Have a great night.
Yeah.
And I see Rakeem. Rakeem says, I like Big Show, but damn, he makes me so depressed. I know. That's why I call Show the Grim Reaper. Boy, Show, you can't see nothing but the hood and that big sigh. Guys slicing through all your hopes and dreams, cutting them up. Hey, D-Flow.
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Hey, D-Flow, man, we're sitting there watching the Rams get stronger. And, I understand why we can't be spending all that bucks on all these guys, but I hate watching the Rams fortify what's already a tough defense. I mean, they just made themselves – I can't wait to see what they look like with Von Miller. But I want to see it next year. I wanted Von to wait a while longer. I don't want to deal with the Rams with Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, and Aaron Donald. But, that's the way it goes. What is your reaction to the 49ers? Because it looks like we're not going to make any moves, though. Are you okay with that or not?
Nah, I'm kind of ticked off at it. But, we got to stop blaming Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch about getting The one that does it is a guy we had for 20 years, Brock Rod. We only have 5 winning seasons in 20 years. So enough with this, ever since, us getting draft picks, us stacking up like 9, 11 picks in the draft.
Trent
Where
Baalke
have
time.
they panned out?
Remember Trent?
Yeah.
Trent used to come back with 35, 40 picks. Ain't picked one good player. Yeah.
We had a winning season under Harbaugh. But then again,
but who built that roster?
With all the Trent Baalke.
McLuhan.
Scott McLuhan. But then again, the one that's in charge of everything is Parag Marate. He's the one who's in charge with the money. He's the one who's in charge of giving money. So how do we not know that he's telling Kyle Shanahan, this is what you can work with? Right. So basically, that's why the Niners, ever since the early 2000s, we were getting bargain players, people who was good past their prime, people who were hurt, giving them chances. All right. And the one thing about, like, people were saying, oh, the Rams are like giving away their future. Check it out. They're giving away first-round picks, second-round picks. All right? What has the 49ers done with all their first-round picks? Who have they really hit with besides Nick Bosa? Who? DeForest Buckner. Oh, yeah, we got him, but did we give him a second contract? No, we didn't. We traded him.
By the way,
All
that was
Buckner,
Trent Baalke's pick, too.
Yeah, but I'm talking about all the picks before. Like, who are all the first-round picks that were good?
I know, right?
Besides Nick Bosa.
Well,
So
Jimmy Ward
let's go
took
down
him a
the list.
while. Nick Bosa.
So, yeah, exactly. But then again, you of all people know I love Jimmy, but he was just too busy getting hurt. How many Niner fans wanted him out of the league? So I actually not even out of the league. They wanted him out of the Niners.
Yeah.
I probably like it was more hate than Jimmy Ward than it is Jimmy Garoppolo at that time.
It was rough, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was rough. All right.
Eric Armstead was getting that stuff too. Yeah. So I don't mind trading first round picks for future Hall of Famers. Look what they got. They got Jalen Ramsey, future Hall of Famer, who's still balling. All right, there's Von Miller. Even though he's on our downside, yeah.
If Nick Bosa gets hurt, who's our next best pass rusher? Nobody.
Yeah,
Samson Ebukam
gets
barely.
first sack.
Yeah,
you know what? I don't know about
he
Jalen
got
Ramsey.
First in that game.
A first round Hall of Famer. We'll see. Jalen Ramsey's good, but is he Hall of Fame good?
Man, he's been on the island. Ain't nobody really goes to him. He's on the island. And not only that, like he covers number one wide receivers and shuts them down majority of the time, like 90%. So if that's not Hall of Fame level, what is? Because he's not Richard Sherman, who has a system fit, who stays on one side of the field. Even though Richard Sherman's a Hall of Famer, like a good, but Jalen Ramsey goes slot, he goes inside, outside, left, right. He goes all over the place. He's covering tight ends.
Diverse. That's true. All right.
See, I don't. Cause look, that's how great teams get great players. They'll do whatever it takes. Just do whatever it takes to win. Look at when we had Eddie D. He took whatever it took for the Niners to win.
There was no cap back then, though.
Yeah, there's no cap, but look how it is. How could teams like Tampa Bay, you got the Rams, you got the Chiefs, you got the Cowboys. So basically you can't really say that. If there's a will, there's a way. Just that Parag Marate doesn't want to do it. Who have we really got besides Justin Smith for the trade? That was really good.
Yeah, but you know what? The problem is, you know the luxury tax is $1 for $1. So you do have to watch it. I don't know, but I still wonder how other teams make that happen all the time. It's like the teams you just mentioned. I do wonder, how do you guys do that?
Let's say if it is $1 for $1, right? Yeah. Let's say if it is $1 for $1, luxury tax. So what you're trying to say, Ronbo, Niners don't have a fan base that that can afford that money? That basically that basically we're broke. We're a high story franchise is tightwad. Look at the New York Yankees. Look at the Lakers. Why are they so good? Because they get the best players. What do we get? We get the best players who are injured, coming off that last leg. Niners are getting bargain players. Like someone for redemption. Basically, Niners are like redemption. Yeah, you want to go try to redeem yourself? You go ahead, try to redeem yourself. That's it. But how come the Niners ain't getting like you were saying earlier? Oh, I'm tired of them saying, oh yeah, we looked into Khalil Mack. Oh, we looked into this player. Oh, we looked into that player. But OBJ. But then again, what? Other teams, organizations go and do it. And the Niners are like, what's wrong with it? So it has to be Parag Marate. 20 years, Ronbo. Explain to me. In 20 years,
you know what?
we just talk about.
We need to launch an investigation and see who is calling the shots up there. Because I think Jed's got Parag doing his bidding. So I think it's Jed.
Yeah, it's Parag because it's Jed, but Parag's the president. If you look under the bio, he's the president and he helps out with John and Kyle. So think about it. In 20 years, how do you explain 5 winning seasons in 20 years out of all the coaches that we have?
There's worse organizations than us, though, believe it or not. But D-Flow, we got to go now.
Yeah, but
let me see
Wednesday. You got to understand, we're the Niners. We're a high story franchise. We're the first one to 5 Super Bowl wins. We were 5-0 at one point. We were the class organization. And somehow we gotta go to it.
I agree. I agree. But we'll see you Wednesday, though, fam. All right.
All right, Ronbo.
Preach it. Preach it.
Good night, fam.
Preach it.
I know, Pop, but it's
Preaching, boy.
There are teams that have bottomless pockets, and then there's us. I don't get it.
No, it's not a bottomless pockets thing. It's actually, people don't realize it, but the 49ers are a very frugal franchise that lives in a state where players, if they live there, will
I keep forgetting about
13% sales tax.
Yes.
So, a $10 million contract in California is different than a $10 million contract in Tennessee.
In
exactly.
Tampa Bay, too. Yeah.
So free agency is always going to be a challenge for the 49ers, where they'll have to actually pay more money, especially when you're not that storied franchise anymore. And we're not. Deion Sanders came to the 49ers for $1 million.
Can you imagine?
For $1 million.
How much would that Deion Sanders cost now? Oh, he'd be expensive.
He'd be making Ramsey money. He'd be making Ramsey money.
A minimum.
But you had to deal with Deion Sanders for 4 downs. So, he's probably one of the top 10 greatest players ever played a game.
I give him the best. Because if you throw in Deion's direction, unless you're Jerry Rice, he's bringing that ball back. Most of the time.
Oh, he gave Jerry problems, too.
I know.
But Jerry got away sometime. He had to kick the punt to him. So, the people want 49ers to make moves. People are bitching about Von Miller. How are the Rams doing this? And then you don't worry about what other people do. Worry about what you do. That's number one. That's just plain and simple. I think we were 8-1 when we traded for. I know we were winning pretty good when we traded for Sanders. That move made sense.
We only lost.
Doesn't make sense as a sub 500 team, right? To be trying to make a move. It just doesn't make sense. It took them a long time to get to the point.
And Doc, I think the crying is about all the time from not only this season, but this is a trend with the 49ers that people have gotten pretty unrestful about.
Right, and somebody get Big Show a woman and a hug. and Big Show, brother, if you got a woman, maybe you need another one. I'm just saying. Don't let this get you down, because you know what? It's the person who's at fault at this, who's been at the helm of this franchise for 25 years, has been the York family, who just gave the keys to the kingdom to their little son who wasn't ready for it.
See, that really still pisses me off.
Exactly. So you ever see that movie 300?
Somebody else. We don't trust anybody outside the family. Well, look what he did.
You ever see that movie 300? Right?
Yeah. Oh God, yes. How many times? I love that movie.
Xerxes, the God King. You don't see him for like 90 minutes of the movie. He sends his emissaries in to go threaten Leonidas with.
And then when they bring him in on that how they carried him in, had me dying laughing. Who is this? That's him.
That's the Yorks. That's the Yorks. The Yorks are way in the back. They're way. You won't see or touch them. So who speaks for the Yorks? That's Parak, that dude. So people like, it's so funny. I hear people praise him. He's super right. He is so right. Okay, sometimes when it comes to money and contracts and players, there's a couple things you look for. You look for a player who's one of the best at their position. Okay, maybe we pay them. Are they a leader in the locker room? Okay, that's another good check box. Is he durable? Does he show up all the time? Does he make players around him better? Those are all check marks. Okay? It's just they should have kept D-Flow. That's easy. That's an easy decision to make. You a couple $1 million off, you know what? We'll stick 10, 15 million at year 8.
Yes.
We'll stick, we'll stick some money at the end. We'll put in some workout bonuses and stuff like that. We'll get you that $2 million. That's what you do.
Front load it so it's not a burden every year. There was ways.
Right. That's the problem when you have non-football people running stuff. A football person would have known that we need to keep defense. Okay, they would have known. Period. If that was the person in charge of making those financial decisions. Okay, Lynch is not in charge of that. and neither is Shanahan. Okay? They sit there and say, well, we can get 4 players for Defoe's salary. Okay, who are the players? Who are they?
Because if all of them don't equal one Debo, then what did you do?
But who are they?
Yeah.
I'm still looking for those 4 players. So if you don't have enough common sense to look at the way the league works, that it's a passing league and that you have to be able to stop the pass. This is a clinical testimony of that this year, where you can just throw the ball up in the air, and despite being third against the pass, that's not including pass interference. Okay? They wouldn't be third in the league if they didn't get all these PI.
Oh,
okay.
Don't get me started on that. Doc, we're going to run out of
So
time.
I'll tell you right now. Yeah, I know. We get going. I'll just say this last thing, and I'll let you go. Just people need to understand that next year we're going to have a complete roster turnover of over 30 players.
I know, right?
There is nothing you can do in a trade right now. There's one trade I would consider that would improve things this year and would improve things next year. Is I would probably make a trade. I go to Dallas and ask for a future one. I'd ask for La'el Collins because he plays right guard and right tackle. And I will ship you Kittle. That's what I would do. No one's going to want to hear that.
I know,
but
right?
I'm from the
Make
Bill
me
Walsh.
mad immediately.
I'm from the Bill Walsh School of Trading. I love Ronnie Lott, but brother, you got to go. Roger Craig, I'm sorry, I love you, but you got to go.
Yeah,
you're 30.
Time is up.
You're almost 30. Just letting you know, that's what I would do. All right.
I believe you too. You'd be a heck of a GM. All right, fam. See you Wednesday.
Right.
Dr. Papa Dragon.
Yep. I'm out. Shout out to Big Show and production. Hang in there, Niner faithful. Let's go get another dub.
Oh God. And Jimmy G, that's G-E-E.
Oh, another mistake. I would never say that.
He says, let's see what happens when Von Miller gets hurt this weekend and is out. You know what? I don't want to wish nothing like that on nobody. I'll have to put the flag over my face because I'll say, Rams just went and got him, didn't they? Oh my God. It's not funny. Bad karma, Ronbo. But it's all a luck of a draw. If you can keep people on the field, it's always a game of attrition. Whoever ends up with the most people healthy at the end of the season, it could be the Jacksonville Jaguars. If they got all their healthy players in the season, they could go to the Super Bowl. Splendiferous! And Jimmy G, thanks for that contribution, fam. Oh, splendiferous. Yeah, I love that name.
Can you hear me?
Splen, I can hear you. Come on in here, man. Because tonight.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Well, Splen, we're supposed to be celebrating a win, but no, we found out that tomorrow's trade deadline has got people worked up, and there's a lot of legitimate reasons to be concerned. Because there are people on our roster that people would like to get rid of, and some other teams would love to have them. You hear all this. You always hear the same. Jimmy's number 1 on the list, and you got Eric Armstead's on the list. People were throwing. Brandon Ayuk has been on some list. All right, Dre Greenlaw just got mentioned earlier tonight, but it's different. You fall in love with players. I've always had this problem. When I was watching the NBA, I loved everybody on the Lakers roster. People talk about, he sucks, can't even make a layup. You can't make a layup. You run up there, you see if you can. I'm arguing that's the way I've always been able. And in baseball, same thing. I'll find players that they're struggling, not helping the team. But some people, it's been different. Do you have that kind of mind where you can just black out everything else other than the job at hand? The prerogative here is to win, and you do what you got to do to win, even if it means I got to get rid of this guy, and get rid of this guy. The only thing I worry about when you do that is like just got mentioned. I'm gonna get 4 guys for Debo. Are they worth the damn? See, that's what I'm talking about. What do you think about the situation?
That's pure ridiculousness. And that's the only way I know how to sum it up. That is pure ridiculousness. You know what I mean? And let the Rams go. I'm sorry, the LA Lambs. let them go on out there and give away their whole future. You know what I mean? Because I guarantee you, half of these players that they trading for, that's at the end of their rope and at the end of their time, is just going to be sitting there getting paid watching the game, just like we do.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
But what, 50,
they're going to be sitting right over there watching the game with us, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
But,
Ramsey got number
you
5,
know,
6, and 7 pick. Yeah.
That's what I said. But didn't I tell you that Jimmy G was going to play good because he in front of his family?
That was funny.
You remember me saying that
I
to
do
you
remember
Friday.
that. I didn't know what to think. I said, man, come on, Jimmy. I was worried about everybody on the offensive side, period. And then we get a good game from Elijah Mitchell and said, oh, look at Elijah. And Debo lost his mind. So I said, oh, we got a chance here. So, you know, it was a good
But
game.
the thing about that, though, is that, you know, I watched the offensive line, and the offensive line was pretty damn good that game.
Yeah.
You know? They were really out there like they knew what they were doing. You know what I mean? They gave him time to throw. Listen, he could run up and run back. He could dance around in that pocket if he wanted to.
He did.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, them guys did their thing up front, man. And you know what I'm saying? I got to give them props. I got to give them a little bit of props. You know what I'm saying?
But Split, why didn't they have this sense of urgency 2 weeks ago? I mean, if they could play like that, couldn't they play like that a couple of weeks ago? I mean, come on, man. I don't understand what they was doing. They got all excited. The Cowboys fired. Let's go. God, guys.
They could have, but you know what I'm saying? The one thing that Kyle really, you know, tried to use some of his sense this week and play Charlie Warner. Didn't I tell you about that kid, man?
Like him a lot.
Charlie Warner looked like a Pro Bowl blocker out there, and he was going downfield catching passes. So these guys talking about we ain't got the talent on the team. Please, man. Listen, I listened to Big Show, man. He made me want to cry, man. And I'm telling you, I'm saying it's not that bad, dude. It's not that bad. You know what I mean? The front office made some bad mistakes.
But they got to stop telling people. Well, we're looking into. We always check into any deals that we think is going to make us better. Well, John, you know, you guys always say that, and we hear your name mentioned. Why don't you keep that a secret so at least people don't get disappointed if you come back empty and we watch the Rams, the Hawks, or somebody else pick that guy up? It's irritating. And the Raiders, that really made me mad when they got rid of Khalil Mack. And he goes to Chicago. We're right across the – come on, man. Well, I know we don't deal with the Raiders, but I'm just saying, you know, don't tell me that.
Yeah, but you still can't miss out on on opportunities like that. Key opportunities, you know what I'm saying? It's There was another cornerback. There was another cornerback when Jalen Ramsey got traded that was on the Jaguars that was pretty good, and I thought we should have got that guy. But the Texans ended up getting him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know.
And I said,
exactly
man,
what you're talking about. I remember he was out there too. I said, oh, can we pick him
man?
up?
And I was like, yo, these guys getting rid of their whole team, and I'm like, secondary. That's something that we need. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You know, I know. I'm sick of us watching get burnt up back
there. So, and the left side of the line, man. I mean, Elijah Mitchell was like, you know, he was running like he was losing his mind out there. He seen so many holes. He didn't know which one to pick. You know, they was out there playing bully ball like how we normally play. That's how we run the ball. We knock guys off the offensive line.
Split. He could
run
on either side he wanted to because on the other side, Charlie Warner, and you can always run behind Michael Vincent. He won't protect that quarterback, but you can run behind that moose all day long. So I said, look at that combination. You got Warner and Mike. Oh.
Did you see them highlight that block that Charlie Warner made when he had that kick out block that got Elijah Mitchell them 2 11-yard runs back to back?
Laid that dude out, and that dude locks up.
I'm talking about seal the edge. I'm talking about dude was trying to go around him, and Warner was like, "Come on, man, you got to do better than that."
He locks on like George. He's been watching George second. Warner gets inside there, but no, you I said, look at Charlie, man. George taught you that. George's the same guy, man.
I bet you, Kyle was impressed. He had to been because I was. And I know he could have done it all the time. And that pass that he caught downfield, I said, yeah, they keep feeding him. Now, he get the hot hand like that. When they get the hot hand, just keep feeding him.
Hey, you know? Let me say, we got to go, but listen, check out the latest depth chart. Look what Charlie Warner's name is on the depth chart. I'm gonna tell you what. I will see you Wednesday, and we're gonna see what develops between now and then. All right.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Love you, Ronbo.
Hey,
Appreciate
love
the
you back, man.
platform.
Thank you,
And it's Niners all day. And like I said, I'm not gonna stop cheering for them until the fat lady sing.
There you
If she
go.
don't work in San Francisco, that's what I said.
Don't let her eat no pizza. There you go. All right. Hey, Spence, see you Wednesday.
All right, Ronbo. Take it easy, baby.
Oh, there he is. Forget about it. It's Niner Mike. Mike.
Forget about it, Ronbo. How the hell are you over there? What's going on? What's going on?
I'm in that 24-hour window of just act giddy. You know what I mean? I'm tired of losing, Mike. Every damn week, and you know it. You're going through the same pain, and all of a sudden, and I got to tell you the truth. I can confess now because you guys are family. I really didn't have a lot, I believe, because I kept yelling and screaming, we're going to win this game. Mike, I'm going to tell you right now. I did not know if we were going to win that game yesterday. I'd like to think that I said, no, I got confident. I scared the bejesus out of me in the first quarter. Damn.
I know. And you know what? I'm right there with you, you know, where I really didn't know there for a second. But I will say this, though, you know, yesterday proved to me what I thought, you know, the whole time, especially with the way the play's been going, particularly with Jimmy. And a little earlier in the show, you had a caller that called in, one of the faithful, and he was talking about Jimmy's confidence, you know, Ronbo. And you know, he was a little bit on the right track. He was taking a little bit far left than I was thinking, but as far as for his confidence, I'm with you. I thought that this game was the most confident that Jimmy G looked, you know, Ronbo.
A long time. Yeah.
And he stood tall in the pocket, you know, and when he delivered that deep ball to Debo, you know, that was a real confident throw. Yeah, that was a real confident throw. He didn't hesitate. You know, he knew he was going to go with the ball. He seen the one-on-one coverage. He stepped into it. He released it, made a great ball, hit him in stride.
And put it right in the right place. Put it to the left of that defender, right where only Debo could get it. Woo! Look at that throw,
Ronbo. One of the better throws, if not the best throw so far of the season. Yeah. He's had a couple like, you know, thread the needle throws too that were really good, especially in the first 2 weeks. But after that, you know, we all know what happened, you know. But anyway, look, yesterday was a great team win. Unfortunately, as all of our wins have so far, they come at a cost, you know. And you know, hey, look, let's all get a round of friggin' applause, all right? For Jimmy, I mean, not for Jimmy. Well, actually, yeah, for Jimmy, but Jimmy Ward, you know, he made it through almost half the season without going on the injured list, bro. That's pretty freaking impressive.
Mike, don't go there. Don't go there, Mike. Oh, yeah. God, that's mean.
I thought about it, Ronbo, when we lost Todd last week. All right, I thought about it and all right, you know, they kind of made out pretty good. I was like, at least we still got Jimmy Ward, but then you know the next week he comes typical. You know, I mean, look, and if you're a new faithful, if you're a new 49ers fan, this is typical. Jimmy usually goes on like, you know, he goes on like about a 2-week vacation typically throughout the season at a minimum. Sometimes it's longer than that. Yeah. But usually it's about a 2 or 3 week vacation that Jimmy and Todd go on. I think they go together, you know. I think they go on a little trip together.
Same kind of injury too. You know, they broke their arm. Maybe they both broke their arm. How do you break your arm? Both of you guys break your arm.
It's freaking crazy, Ronbo. But look, also I want to touch on this. All right. No, we don't need no friggin' Von Miller. All right, let's get this straight right now. Any of you out there that think that we need Von Miller, look, we need another old injury-prone player. All right, like
a sharp stick in the eye.
Hole in the head. All right, we need a friggin' hole in the head. All right, we don't need another injury-prone player. All right, on the team. Okay, because here's the thing. Everyone says, oh, what are the Rams doing? Look, yeah, the Broncos paid that contract so that way they can get more draft capital. All right, that's why they paid more. That and they did. They got a second and a third.
Yep.
All right, so basically the Rams have no draft next year. And here's the thing, I get it. I know they got a loaded team and all that other stuff. But as we all know, this is the friggin' NFL, all right? And everyone thought, oh, J.J. Watt's going to be great over there with Chandler Jones. You know, in my head, Ronbo, I thought, all right, what week is
5
J.J.
minutes.
Watt going to go on IR?
He's going to
all
get
right,
killed.
He's finished the last of the 3 seasons, I think it is. Right, Ronbo, on IR. That's the same thing with Von Miller. Von Miller's been on the IR like he's been on like he has a freaking timeshare on IR. All right, he's always on IR. All right.
And Mike, did you see the injuries that JJ had? The guy sustained 3 injuries and he was out. 3. But you know, most people get 1 injury. JJ's got the collar gone. There was something wrong with a couple other parts of his body. I said, Jesus Christ. And he kept playing. He said, yeah, Watt played the entire game with these 3 injuries. Jesus Christ. Why didn't he?
Absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely.
He's
So
done.
you know,
JJ's done.
Ronbo, that's what I think about with all this. Yeah, you know what? It is about the future, and it is about the drafting and everything. And here's the other thing, you know, the best that we can hope for, all right, is we have a solid season. How we make it to the playoffs, maybe squeeze into a wild card spot or something over there, Ronbo, you know? And Jimmy G could string together enough games. Look, are we going to get some king's ransom for Jimmy G like the Lions got for Matthew Stafford? No. But is Jimmy G better than some of these friggin' quarterbacks that these teams are putting out there on Sunday? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you think not, then you're freaking loopy-loop and you're not watching the game.
Yeah.
All right? There's plenty of teams out there that'll take a Jimmy G
Yeah.
for a few picks, maybe not, you know, 2 number ones, all that other shit, you know, but they'll take a few picks, and that's the best we can hope for. We'll get back a little of the draft capital, Ronbo, you know, and build around Trey and the rest of the offensive pieces. And let me say this before I let you go. Deebo Samuel is turning himself into a number 1 receiver. I don't give a shit what no one else says. I don't give a shit what no one else says. What he's been able to do this season is just flat out solid. You could imagine the type of season that he would have if he had an Aaron Rodgers or he had a Patrick, or if he had someone like that throwing him the friggin' football. All right? You could only imagine. He's been doing this with Jimmy G and a rookie that was in there. And I mean, you know, forget about it, Ronbo.
And even a great
I just
day
gotta
with
say that. Anyway.
Trey. All right, fam. And yeah, but one thing about
All right,
if you do
I
make a
like
deal
Ronbo.
for
You
Jimmy,
have a good night. Shout out to the faithful. I love Warriors. Have a good night, and I'll see you later on in the week. All right, Ronbo? Forget
looking forward to it,
all right?
Mike. All right,
right.
fam. All right, Mike. There he goes. Speaking the gospel as usual. And Jimmy G 49 says Elijah Mitchell looked like rookie Ricky Waters. Not sure if that's good or bad. That's last champion 49ers running back. He keeps running like that, I tell you what. But you know what? Whoever gets Jimmy G is going to have to, you need to pay his mom to show up at every game. I didn't, you know, Jimmy might be the quintessential mama's boy. He looked like straight, I mean, he was G money in that game. I mean, I haven't seen him maneuvering in the pocket like that. He was dancing around. He's looking for guys. Running the ball freaked me out and scared me. Those passes, he made a few bad passes, but I mean, you know what? Every quarterback makes a few bad passes. Rarely do you see a game where a guy never makes a bad pass. Jimmy made most of them were good. And he had some drops. Rick.
What's going on, man?
Rick, man, we're sitting here. It's crying time. We found a time to get mad about the Rams, and you know what? I blame the Rams for everything. If they would have left Von Miller alone, we'd be enjoying our day after a win. But no. You got to look at your notifications. Rams have just signed Von Miller, and that bothers a lot of people. But you know what, Rick? Just like Mike just said, he's going to get hurt. But Rick, your feeling on this matter?
Man, I'm like this. Let's celebrate the win. Let's celebrate the win. Listen to that dude, Big Show. It's like, dude, are you crying so much? And the thing about it's like it's unmerited, because the thing about it is, if you're talking about we're going to get a top flight shutdown corner, then I can understand it, because pretty much Von Miller is a 1-year rental. He's getting the majority of his salary paid by, I believe, the Broncos, and he'll be a free agent after this year. I don't think the Rams going to make it all the way to the end. So, I mean, it's for naught. So it's like we need stuff that makes sense to us. And we have a lot of one-year guys on our team already. And so it's like, don't just mortgage. We're already talking about Trey Lance and what we give up to get him. So like, and so we only have second round picks now. You want to give those up too for a 1 year rental?
No, we made that mistake.
How much sense does that make?
I mean, we made that mistake with Emmanuel Sanders. I still didn't realize we gave him a second and third round pick and didn't get and he left.
No, exactly.
We signed him.
Exactly. Exactly. So you don't mortgage your future like that. Now, if we were just like a piece away, and that's why we went all in kind of on Emmanuel Sanders, because we really were just a good receiver away from completing our offense, whatever the case may be. But we would like to have him for longer.
Money. Yeah.
Exactly. But for this year, we can't just say, oh yeah, because I mean, we got Debo. We're still waiting for our youth to come alive. We're still waiting for Kittle to get healthy, and we still need to resolve our cornerback play. So just to sit there and go with another pass rusher, and I understand how they can help cornerbacks out, but no, we need to kind of, man, look. And on another side note, people, if you're a Jimmy D fan or you're not a Jimmy D fan, if Jimmy D plays bad, say it. But if Jimmy D plays good, say it too. Jimmy D played good yesterday.
See,
Jimmy D played good yesterday.
You have license to complain about Jimmy, but like you said, when he's not doing poorly, let up off of him.
You got to say it. Yeah, you have to say it.
Or just leave it alone.
You have to say it. Period. Whether you like him or not, it's called acknowledgement. You got to give him
some praise. And when he messes up,
you have to acknowledge it. Yeah. If you can acknowledge, oh, he played bad, you also can acknowledge that he played good. Look, at this point, look, we all should be on ooh la la time for real. Let's get together and I don't care. We're not playing Kyler Murray next week and JJ Watt. I don't care. Just get the win. Get the win.
I'm warming up already.
Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate yesterday because we're on a four game week streak. Hey, let's celebrate this. Regroup come near the end of the week and get ready to beat the Arizona Cardinals. All the other stuff about the Lambs and all that stuff. Stop that whining, and it doesn't even make sense.
I tell you what, if they win this weekend, and I have a feeling they're probably going to really make it. It's going to be a hardcore, but they're at home and they owe the fans at Levi's a win. I guarantee we're going to play the Rams tough. We do every time we play them clowns.
Yeah. We're gonna definitely play them. I think we're gonna play them tough, and because I'm going out to that game. I'm actually going out to the Ram game.
So far this first game?
Yeah, on the Monday night game on November, I think 14th or 15th.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, first, I've been to the Candlestick, but I haven't been to the Levi yet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and we got to go out there and do our thing, man. Yeah. I don't care about no other team. It's good for us to get back on the winning track. Let's celebrate this. Stop all the complaining. Let's get back as a unit, as a Niner family, a Niner empire, and let's rally. I don't care who the quarterback is. Just get us win at this point. That's all that matters.
Big Show has a message for you. He says he was not whining. We got.
Oh, he was whining. He was whining. Oh man, I'm just so mad that they don't get players. It's like, dude, that doesn't make sense right now. That doesn't make sense.
That's 15 yards on you, Rick, for unsportsmanlike conduct.
but more so than that, man. Hey, Niner faithful, Niner Empire, let's celebrate this win. Ooh la la, let's get ready to knock down these birds and go on a win streak. Because hey, we didn't do just like what I said the Giants did before when they won. I think 07, 08, whatever. The Giants won that run, and even the Bucks last year, they weren't doing that good for a minute, and they went on the run.
Hey,
let's
get on the run now. Hey, Jimmy, now, Rick.
Exactly. Let us get on a win. Let's get on a run, man, and let's run this ooh la la all the way to a Super Bowl championship, man. I'm excited. Hey, y'all have a good evening, man. Stop all the wine and all that stuff and celebrate. It's a celebration time.
It is. It's bad, and enjoy this win because you got to savor each win. Because in this particular NFL nowadays, the Cowboys are doing well, but you can see the Cardinals are about to take a step back. right? And Green Bay is getting away with things right now that I don't see any sustainability in that. They don't look dominant. You know, because I thought Tampa Bay was going to beat everybody's brains out at the beginning of the season because they got all them stars together, and they've been playing more than 1 year together. So, oh, damn it. They got all them dudes back. But like somebody else said, when's the last, Show actually said it too, Rick. When's the last time somebody re-signed a Super Bowl winning team and they came back and did the same thing a second year in a row? Okay, but you know what?
Exactly.
Maybe Kansas City, though.
No,
but they lost,
and they lost, and they lost. They lost anyway. So hey, like Chris Berman said, that's why we play the game. So we don't worry about the names. All I'm worried about is the Niners. Hey, let's get this synergy back. Let's get this family environment where everybody's playing for each other. And hey, faithful, let's get on board. Let's get back to just supporting everybody. It doesn't matter. Just support everybody and let's get these wins in, man.
As long as they win that red and gold.
Get these wins in.
Good stuff, Rick. I'll see you Wednesday if you got some time for us. All right.
Absolutely. Hey, Niner Faithful, Niner Empire. Hey, like and subscribe and share, man, on Ronbo Sports, man.
Thanks, Rick. Looking forward to hearing from you this week. All right. Night,
yes,
fam.
sir. Good night, fam, man.
All right. And we go to the Bryant family. Hey, Bryant.
Hey, Ronbo.
I'll tell you, as we're talking here tonight, it's so funny because we're starting to hold each other accountable as fans. Big Show. Everybody goes after him as soon as he gets off the phone. And then there's some other people with some observations that got called out. So, it's interesting that all observations are what they are. But, Brian, every year at the draft deadline, I'm not a huge fan of it because the fact is, a player comes in, he's not going to be able to segue in with the rest of the guys. He's going to be on the outside looking in, most likely, unless you're Emmanuel Sanders or somebody, because he's got to get people that have worked in his system before. It's too difficult to just come in and you're not familiar with the system and be worth a damn, right? So I really, what do you think about this? I mean, are you okay with what just took place? Tomorrow, 4 o'clock, I mean, are you going to be okay if we don't make a deal, or would you really like to see the 49ers make some moves?
Well, I want to address a couple of little things real quick. First off, everybody who's a regular caller or even a first-time caller, we're all 49er fans. Everybody calls in, and some of us call in a little bit more than others. Like, I don't call him too often, but like Big Show, everybody knows he calls in. He's got a great opinion, but yeah, sometimes, I mean, what he says makes people upset, and he's speaking, fact, and he's also speaking opinion, but and a lot of people do. But, when you speak fact and an opinion, people don't always agree with either one of them, even when it's facts. But like a lot of callers said today, it's Prague, and that's a big issue. But as far as like the trade issues happening right now, the Niners haven't done that for a long time. And you're right, it's only like key players when we need key position players like Emmanuel Sanders. That was fantastic. That was a great trade pickup. But no, we're not going to go after anybody right now when we're trying to shop our quarterback. And are we really trying to shop Jimmy Garoppolo? And, honestly, if we went to the Super Bowl, this year, and we win with Jimmy Garoppolo, and he wins the Super Bowl this year, can we really get a first round from Jimmy? When the Niners go get rid of him next year after him winning a Super Bowl, can we really get a first round pick? When everybody says Jimmy's not going to be the guy who takes us to the Super Bowl, they'll say he had a running back, or it was Kyle Shanahan. So Jimmy's not going to get the credit or the value that he potentially could or couldn't get because he's injured. He's already been injured, and everybody knows.
Yeah, but you know what? If he does get to the Super Bowl, that's going to put a very interesting wrinkle on a lot of decisions to be made. So, because a lot of teams are going to come after, because you look at some of the quarterbacks, like Mike mentioned a minute ago, there's some really bad quarterbacks out there, right? So, if you can get a guy like Jimmy, they're not going to worry about injuries because, heck, just about every other quarterback gets hurt if his name is not Tom Brady. Brady hadn't got hurt in a long time, but Rodgers was getting hurt constantly. You just watched Jameis get carried off of the field. Drew got bad last year. There's just one after another. Zach Wilson's already out of here. Even rookies are coming in and getting demolished. That's a scary position to play. So
now, Ronbo, I'm a big Jimmy fan. And I'm a fan of the 49ers. Whoever's the name, it doesn't matter. I root for the 49ers to win, but I do like Jimmy Garoppolo, and I like Trey Lance too. But honestly, I mean, there's only a handful of teams would really be interested in Jimmy next year or even this year, and for
Those
them
are
to
the
offer
ones.
a first-round pick.
Yeah.
But for them to offer a first-round pick,
Could be tough.
who would really? I mean, would it be Denver? Denver's not going to do that. Miami's not going to do that.
Do
The
they don't
Texans
have a
isn't going to
quarterback.
do that.
Not teams with rookie
But
quarterbacks.
those teams are the ones that Jimmy potentially could go to, and those teams aren't going to give us a first-round pick for him. So for us to even hold back this year, and then for like them to say that we almost traded him for a second pick, and okay,
Kyle
that's
said that was
here
Kyle
nor
said that was
there.
bogus.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. But
Yeah.
Kyle said that never happened.
But I want to go back and do want to touch base a little bit with what everybody was saying earlier in the calls, because and shout out to everybody. Everybody who calls makes this show better and better. But for the 49ers, we aren't one of those teams, at least when Eddie DeBartolo was the owner, we aren't one of those teams that hold players for super long. We keep you while you're fresh and you're young, and once you turn old, then we get rid of you. And that's why a lot of the older players did go, and that's why we let Rice go. That's why a lot of players go. And with Jed York coming in, him trying to mimic his uncle. He can't mimic his uncle because he can't do it with the salary cap the way it is now, and with our taxes being the way it is in California, and us not having a good season in like 25 years. I mean, we've had 5 good seasons. Everybody said that back and forth, but we can't do it. And I think everybody nailed it who called in earlier. It's Parag. It's Parag. He's the one who's the GM. It's no one else. Parag's the GM. John Lynch is just a spokesman. Trent Baalke couldn't talk, but he was, acting as GM. Everybody, it goes through Prague. So if Prague says we're not going to make exactly. If Prague says we can't afford him, we can't afford him. So don't expect anybody to get traded. We're not going after any running backs when running backs that we have are coming back that aren't, they're going to be healthy again. We're not going to go. The only players that we really need to go after is like a corner, and that's not going to happen. They don't go after a right tackle. They're not going to do it right now because they're waiting for everybody to finish their contract. Like everybody said, we're on 1-year deals. This team's either going to stick together or we're going to be rebuilt.
The thing is, I really wondered what they talk about in their meetings when they're discussing these issues in particular. I always wonder because I can't figure them out, John and Kyle, and what they're talking about. And then you see what they did, and you wonder. But sometimes I just don't understand. They must, because those are sharp guys. Those are sharp football guys. So I'm thinking, what did you guys talk about to come to that conclusion to do that? Because getting Trey Sermon with the 3rd pick when we needed cornerbacks as bad as we do, and Ambry Thomas, who the hell told you to get Ambry Thomas? Which scout? Call him in, slap him, and fire him. Because Ambry Thomas
But it's not just this regime either, though. It's not just this regime. Like when Trent Baalke and Kyle Shanahan were in between, and the Tom Sula, didn't we take like 5 defensive tackles in a row? First-round picks, like wasn't it? It was like every year we were taking a defensive tackle, and then we go and trade off like the cornerstones.
I know.
It's just,
we're gonna have to go. We gotta reopen this, revisit this subject because
But before you let me go, I don't hardly ever do this. Can I get a segment? Can you give me can you give me a holler?
Brian, we're too late now. Brian, can we please?
Okay,
let me see it Wednesday.
all right.
And I'll hold it. Don't get rid of it. Bring it back Wednesday because we're running late. But because I definitely because you never want to shout out.
I just. All right. Good night.
Wednesday.
I'll talk to you
Good night.
later. Bye.
Oh, yeah, we did go over that. Okay, hey, and Shabazz got away. Okay. So anyway, fam, we have to. There's nothing going on. There's no outside events, but we win next week. Let us be happy on Monday night. Trey from VA, do not show up next Monday night if we win the game, but anything but niceties. We got to learn to accelerate. Wins are hard to come by. We need to be more grateful. It's like my mom used to say when she bring me back to Brady Bunch jeans as a kid and say, how about these? Mom, I don't want them. How come you bought those? How you don't like those? Because when your parents buy you clothes, it's the worst thing in the world, and they didn't get your permission before they went out. I need to go in and try them up. I don't care if I'm 8, 9, or 10 years old. I need to pick that out because when you go to school the next day, dude, what are you wearing? Your mama bought that for you. What? How do you? So? You know, so that's what I'm saying. We need to be grateful for these wins. They're hard to come by nowadays. Fam, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to go ahead and continue celebrating until tomorrow. It's a 24-hour window of happiness. And I hope you do the same. I'll see you Wednesday and see what else is cooking in downtown Santa Clara. Meantime, fam, had a great night. Oh, did I say thank you for the contributions? Guys, fam, thank you for the contributions. Always appreciated.